Listen for the SAE Ion Engineering every Monday morning on JR Morning. Ion Engineering is sponsored by CSP, the Composite Solutions Partner, an industry leader in lightweighting and advanced composites. Learn more at thecsp.com.
It's another JR Morning with Chris Renwick, Lloyd Jackson, and Jamie Edmonds on 760 WJR and streaming on WJR.com, where Michigan comes to talk.
Ole, 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 ole. Oh, my goodness. I tell you, I was very excited to see how the U.S. played yesterday. And we'll get to the red card situation in a second. But they win. They beat Bosnia and Herzegovina 2-0. And they did it with a player down for more than 36 minutes of that game. And if you're a fly-by-night soccer fan, which no big deal, but the problem is when you get a red card, you get ejected. You're out of the game. And so now all of a sudden you're playing with 10 players instead of 11 on the pitch. And that is problematic, especially when you are playing against one of the best teams in the world. I mean, just from a scale perspective, Bosnia-Herzegovina is in the round of 32. Not a favorite, but a gritty team, plays good defense. They'll make you pay if you make mistakes. And the U.S. did make a mistake. And at the time, they were only up 1-0. Which, by the way, Flo Balogun put them up 1-0. And it was unbelievable, the sights and sounds of that stadium.
Also will go long. Team Ream, only man there, able to steer it to Adams, flicks it along Tillman. He's got Balogun making a run off him. Can he get around to that ball? To the deflection, Balogun scores! Flo Balogun, first to react to the deflection.
He hit the LeBron James silencer celebration after that goal, which I don't know why, but it was way better than when LeBron does it. It was just very, very cool. So Balogun puts him up 1-0. But then later on, Balogun gets called for a red card. Stepped on one of the Bosnian players' ankles, missed the ball, and after the VAR system kicked into place, VAR, which stands for Video Assistant Referee, they came back and said, yep, red card, Balogun's out of the game. Well, Balogun's one of their best players. He stretches the field for him. He makes as his job as a striker, stretches the field, gives other guys more room on the field, and that creates a bunch of opportunities. Well, now he's out of the game. And you're looking at a 1-0 lead, very narrow lead against a good team who was kind of surging at that point. And what does the United States do? Malik Tillman puts it in the net.
9 minutes plus stoppage time to go.
So this run-up is telling me more power.
Look at Vassals giving up the entire right side of his goal. Tillman! Malik Tillman! 2-0 United States!
And by the way, just absolute class by Malik Tillman. That was a free kick, curled it in over the wall that was set up by Bosnia and Herzegovina and put it in the corner of the net. Absolute world-class striking there. And that put the United States up for good, 2-0. They go on to win that game. They go on to the round of 62. Belgium on the other side next week. And did any of you guys catch it? Brian, you probably were asleep. Jason, you may have been asleep as well. Did you catch any of that game?
No, I was asleep.
Oh, my goodness gracious. It was just the vibe. You know how, like, in a World Series game, you can feel the electricity coming off of the TV? Mm. That's what it was like last night. You could feel the crowd at home. It was absolutely spectacular. Absolutely spectacular. Meanwhile, I don't know. It's very odd to me the way people are covering these two climbers that got to the top of the Empire State Building. Like, first it's, oh, well, they have this pro-peace flag. Okay, well, they hang the flag up on the top of the Empire State Building. And then, and by the way, the flag says, when the power of love beats the love of power, the world knows peace. Okay, tremendous. But then these two people, they get engaged at the top of the Empire State Building. Angela Nicolou and Ivan Birkis, by the way, they were the focus of Netflix's documentary in 2024, Skywalkers, A Love Story.
That's a good documentary.
I have not seen it yet. Well, I'm going to see it. I'm going to watch it now.
If you are, and I'm afraid of heights.
Same.
So watching this documentary.
Did it make your palm sweat?
And my feet.
Oh, God.
But it was
you might need to get that checked out. I don't.
But it was such a good documentary. I've watched it twice. Definitely check it out. So that was going to be my question. I haven't dove into this story. I'm like, well, did they?
Well, then they climbed down.
Harnesses?
No, I mean, I don't know. It looked like they didn't.
See, there's a part in the documentary where they are climbing the tallest building in the world, which was in Taiwan, I believe.
Okay.
And they have to get past the construction workers and security because they don't want people doing that.
Yeah.
So my first thought is, well, how did these people get past security, or how did they get to the top of this thing?
Well, apparently they got through a hatch on the 102nd floor of the Empire State Building. But okay, so the thing turns from, what are these people doing on top of the Empire State Building flying a flag? What are these people doing? Oh, they're getting engaged. Oh, well, that's, and I'm like, hello, two people just got to the top of the Empire State Building. So that feels like a security breach to me.
So if you look out the window behind you, Chris, and you see the cranes,
yeah,
there are parts in these documentaries where they climb to the very top of these cranes. No harnesses, no nothing.
That's nuts.
And
that's absolutely crazy.
So now this makes sense, because now I know it's those two. It's like, geez.
And then, by the way, I got AccuWeather out here going, oh, well, it was 10 degrees cooler up at the top of the Empire State Building when they were up there. It was 82 degrees when it was 93 down on street level in New York City yesterday. They were just trying to beat the heat. And then the wind gusts were only 14 miles an hour. How are we framing this story as anything other than this is a severe security threat?
Now, I'm sorry, I love this documentary, but when they get to the top of this building in Taiwan, they do the dirty dancing thing, whatever you call that, where he lifts her up and literally
having the time of my life.
The space on top of this building, because they climbed to the top of the building, then they got to climb the needle.
Well, that's where they got to. They went all the way to the needle.
And so you literally have like 5x5 square. They put a plank there and they did the
dancing.
My God.
No, I saw this yesterday too. It's like, and Bev was, well, they got engaged up there. It's like, well, that's lovely. You were engaged? Like, yes, for about 3 minutes. And then my fiance got blown off the top of the Empire State Building.
Right. She took one wrong step.
Yeah. Like, no, thank you.
I don't know. Obviously unbelievable feat. Crazy.
Yes.
But it's odd the way that
wrestling an alligator is an unbelievable feat too. I'm not doing that
engaged. Either. Yeah. And then obviously somebody had their social media because they were posting pictures of social media while they were being arrested. So very odd story.
Very weird.
Meanwhile, Michigan lawmakers blew past their self-imposed July 1st deadline to finalize a new state budget. This is it again. I appreciated the notions that we got yesterday that, oh yeah, we're working hard. We're going to get this thing done. We think we're going to get it done. Well, I mean, it's Thursday. Tomorrow's the 3rd. People are off because of the holiday. And you're knocking down the door next week, potentially getting something done. So we still have no state budget. Obviously disagreements between the Republicans and Democrats in Lansing. And they have said that they have some sort of framework in place, but they don't have a deal yet put into place. Meanwhile, the Tigers continue their winning ways. They beat the Yankees in 11 yesterday, 6-2.
That's called a winning streak.
Here's AJ Hinch.
Our guys were in the fight from the beginning of the game. Both teams were, and when we got the lead, it felt nice. We missed an opportunity in the 6th to kind of stretch the lead a little bit, which would have made it more comfortable for us, especially as they put together a rally in the 9th. But huge 10th inning, gutsy inning by Cater. And then some really, really good at-bats, starting with the 0-2 to walk with Lee, all the way through to Z-Max play that created a little bit of chaos. So fun flight ahead, after a really, really good series.
McGonigal goes yard. Dylan Dingler with a couple of hits as well. Colt Keith gets on the board. Zach McKinstry as well. That's 3, Jason. That's 3. Keep it going.
That's called a winning
And the
streak.
Yankees have lost 7 in a row. You just isn't that
too
a
bad.
shame?
Yeah.
Absolute shame. Congressman Tim Walberg on the other side. It's JR Morning.
COVID-19 has cast a spotlight on the stark inequalities that drive poverty. The poorest communities in the U.S. and around the world are suffering the most. Oxfam believes we can put systems in place to protect health and livelihoods in the future if we work together with dignity and compassion. Learn how you can help offer safety to the most vulnerable and fight for a more resilient future at oxfamamerica.org. Sponsored by Oxfam America.
If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort. Because as your life changes and your body changes, Sleep Number mattresses adapt and shift to give you personalized comfort night after night. And right now, new mattresses start at $1,500 during our 4th of July sale. Plus, get a free base with select mattress purchases. To experience a whole new world of comfort, visit a Sleep Number store or go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number, to a good life sleep.
Hey, Jim Harper here. Quick story. I needed new glasses. And like many of you, I thought, well, I can go online. That's easy. But then I remembered the last time I did that, it wasn't easy. They didn't look good on me and they weren't cheap. So then what? You can't take them back to the store. It's the web. Then I remembered Direct Optical Optique. Many of you got your glasses there. You looked great and had a wonderful experience. And that's what I remembered, the experience. I remembered Mariana, Frame Stylist of the Year, and how great she and her staff were at helping me find the right frame at a good price. And that's all we want, right? And they have 2 great locations, Haggerty Road north of Maple in West Bloomfield, and in Canton on Ford Road next to the IKEA. Go see Mariana at Direct Optical Optique. She still knows everybody by name. 3 generations of loyal customers for a reason, because you get the attention you deserve. Direct Optical Optique in West Bloomfield and in Canton, and at OptiqueDetroit.com.
Thanks for calling the Complete Battery Source.
This is probably a long shot, but do you guys carry a battery for my boat?
Yep, got that.
But you didn't even hear what kind of boat I have.
Don't need to. We're your Complete Battery Source, where the answer is pretty much always, yep, got that.
But what if I want a battery for my motorcycle?
Yep, got that.
I haven't been able to find a battery anywhere for my...
I got that, too. Look, Complete Battery Source has batteries for everything that uses batteries, and we stock batteries for virtual any boat, for personal watercraft and runabouts, to great big luxury motor yachts, and motorcycles, too. Why, we stock batteries to fit every bike, from little scooters to great big performance and touring bikes.
Well, that sounds great. Sounds like Complete Battery Source is the place to power up all my summer toys.
That's right. All you got to do is come into any one of the 5 Complete Battery Source locations: Brighton, Southfield, Ypsilanti, Okemos, and Houghton Lake. Call toll-free 877-ALL-BATS or click on yepgotthat.com. 5 locations. Now you got that?
Yep, got that.
The financial industry can be confusing. That's why our show, Expedition Retirement, has a new name. Join us for Fire Your Financial Advisor, Saturdays at 3 and Sundays at 5 on News Talk 760 WJR.
Summer is just around the corner. Crystal here from Family Heating, Cooling, and Electrical, reminding you to schedule your summer service today. Don't wait for the heat to hit. For a worry-free home, visit familyheating.com and call to schedule your summer service today.
WJR Traffic and Weather first.
This report is sponsored by RockAuto.com.
Oh, Ben Tyrod, what are you going to do?
I'm way ahead of you. I'll be on RockAuto.com before you can even finish this commercial.
He's right. RockAuto.com. Parts when you need them.
All the parts your car will ever need. Rock Auto.
Well, the good news is southbound 75 has reopened between Grange Hall and Holly Road after being closed due to a crash. However, traffic is still slow from Saginaw Road. Northbound 75 at Gibraltar, a vehicle fire in the 2 right lanes there. Traffic getting by in the left lane only. Southbound 275 after Ann Arbor Road, an accident is off to the right shoulder. Now, WJR weather first from the Weather Channel, sponsored by Lombardo Apartments. Searching for a luxury 2 or 3 bedroom townhome? Welcome to Aria of Shelby. Beautiful luxury townhomes designed for comfort, convenience, and style. Visit ariaofshelby.com for more information on their specials, including up to 1 month free rent on a new lease. Here's your forecast.
The heat continues, and you combine the humidity, it's going to feel like 105 with an extreme heat warning this afternoon Already this morning, many of us well on our way. A very warm start to the day. Could get a hit or miss storm this afternoon. I wouldn't bet on it. Actual air temperatures in the upper 90s, the record 99. Tonight, a shower, thunder shower around upper 70s. And tomorrow, a few more showers and thunderstorms scattered around. Hazy, hot, and humid otherwise. Still got a shot at the upper 90s with a heat index close to 105. And on the 4th of July, chance of showers and thunderstorms. Partly sunny otherwise with a high near 90. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stagik on 760 WJR, where Michigan comes to talk.
Scrolling with Haley. I am Haley Karania. I scroll with the homies here in the live chat because there's a lot to scroll through on X, on Instagram, on TikTok.
Cutting through the clutter, one hot take at a time.
Love seeing you all in the chat before the show. I tried to jump in just a few minutes before to say hello. I love the chat interaction. Thank you for helping. But I do it to get all of the videos and all of the content that you won't find anywhere else.
Scrolling with Haley.
Just search that up and I will be there.
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
I'm Kevin Dietz. Coming up on All Talk, Michigan's next governor has an opportunity to boost the state's workforce by making college more affordable and increasing graduates in high-demand fields while continuing to support the skilled trades. We'll talk about it. And how did the USA do in World Cup soccer? Plus, the Daily Dose of Dietz. All Talk is 9 to noon. You can stream us anytime at WJR.com.
Well, lawmakers in Washington, at least in the House, left a little early to get their July 4th recess kick-started, but it all kind of unraveled when there were efforts to put the Save America Act on the floor, and things fell apart. It was that they were trying to put together the defense spending bill as well, but again, things just weren't working the way that Republicans would have liked, at least from the president's perspective. Let's talk about it. Congressman Tim Walberg, who should be on vacation, but still getting up early with me this morning. It's good to talk with you, Congressman.
It's good to be with you. I'm still here in D.C. I held a hearing in my Education Workforce Committee yesterday, and we're still trying to get the things done that the people want to do. And the SAVE Act is something that the Democrats have held up now for literally months. The people want it. 88% of the people out there polls say they want to make sure our elections are secured and that only citizens vote in our federal elections. And that's the way it ought to be. We passed the SAVE Act 3 times in the House already. This last effort, I think, was misguided. Knowing that the Senate isn't there yet, we should have passed the National Defense Authorization Act by itself and got that done. But sometimes less than cool heads prevail, and there are individuals that like the whole clickbait opportunity, and we have to deal with them. They represent districts who have elected them, and this is how the process works. Sometimes messy, but this is a fabulous period of time that we're really living in right now. With hey, can't forget the U.S. Soccer team continuing on. That's a great thing. And then we have the National American State Fair going on. I had a chance to go over and see the Michigan booth there yesterday, a fabulous booth showing what has taken place and will take place in Michigan. And so there are a lot of good things happening, but Congress continues to labor on. And on Saturday, we celebrate the 1-year anniversary of passing the One Big Beautiful Bill, the Tax Cuts for Families Act, and a lot of good things have happened because of that.
Well, I want to go back to the Save America Act because it seems like is leadership communicating with those on the other side, meaning in the Senate, or because it doesn't seem like Republicans are on the same page in both chambers.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. And the Senate has, I think, archaic, outdated rules that they're suffering under, and we're encouraging them to do some changing there that I think needs to be done. Because
do you mean the filibuster?
The filibuster, yeah. The filibuster, 60-vote cloture requirement they have that really is a relatively new rule. That filibuster has not been part of the Senate for its entire history. It's been added later on, and the way it's done now is ridiculous. That one person can throw down a certificate requiring a 60-vote vote to take place to bring legislation even up for consideration. It's not a vote to pass it or defeat it. So, I mean, this is stopping what's going on. We don't have a filibuster in the House. We debate, we vote on things, and as seen even this past week, it doesn't always go the way the majority wants it to go. But we're able to keep moving. This is not the case in the Senate. So I'm hoping that cooler heads prevail. If we can't get all of the SAVE Act, which would include early and late voting, mail-in voting, and all of the rest, at least the requirement for a picture ID and an indication, a clear assertion that you are an American citizen to vote. If we could do that, we could take care of most of the concerns that citizens have relative to the security of elections. So we've done that in the House. We've done it the fullest way. If the Senate can't do it, then send us something that at least goes that direction.
Congressman, we just have a minute left here. Is there a concern as we get closer to November? Obviously the way that people saw the returns that they did as a result of the working family tax cuts bill was a plus. People got more money back in their returns, more monies in their pockets. But with everything going on with the price of gas and Iran and some of the other issues, is there a concern, at least from your perspective, that the midterms might not go the way that you want?
Oh, there's always a concern. Yeah, people make that decision, and yet I think as the election grows closer and we are able to get the information out and remind people that they saw the largest tax returns in history come in their lives, and the majority went to people making less than $100,000. 70% of the filers making less than $100,000 had the largest returns percentage that they've ever seen. We saw farmers get major benefits that helped them in the agricultural industry move forward. So much happened in one big beautiful bill that as we have a chance to talk about it, I know the president will get on target more on that issue, showing what's taking place and the need to continue on. 1 year, and so not even all of the parts of the one big beautiful bill have actually taken effect yet. They will take effect by Saturday, and I think that's good for students, education institutions, for parents, with the child tax credit being expanded. No tax on tips, no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security for the majority of Social Security recipients. All of that is good stuff, and we can't forget that. And I think the campaigns will help people acknowledge it and remember that's what took place under a Republican administration and Republican majorities in the House and Senate.
I know you're a fisherman, but this soccer run is pretty good, isn't it? It's pretty awesome.
Oh, yeah, it is. It's everything about it's pretty cool.
I know. Oh, and
highlighting America.
It's exactly right. And people are coming from all over the world going, wow, this place is pretty good. Place is pretty good. Congressman Tim Walberg, thank you for your time as always. Happy 4th to you, and we'll talk soon.
You as well.
Take a break. More coming up on the other side. A new book on the Founding Fathers. It's next.
What if the most powerful thing you brought to your business was your values? Great leaders don't just drive results, they drive change. Join CEOs, entrepreneurs, executives, and nonprofit leaders at the beautiful St. John's Resort for the Called Conference. Hear bold voices, build meaningful connections, create a lasting legacy. Register today at called-conference.org. The Called Conference, presented by the Pulte Family Charitable Foundation and the Catholic Initiative, where values drive leadership and purpose powers performance. Again, that's called-conference.org.
Big insurance, big pharma, big utilities. As Attorney General, Mike Cox beat them all, saving Michigan seniors and taxpayers billions. As governor, Mike Cox will take the fight to radical big government liberals by eliminating the income tax, dozing state government, rooting out waste, fraud, and abuse, and getting prices down. He beat them before, he'll do it again. Marine, homicide prosecutor, Attorney General, Mike Cox for governor. Paid for by Mike Cox 2026.
JR Afternoon. Weekdays at 2 with Ryan Ermani on 760 WJR.
Your child's education is the foundation for tomorrow's leaders. Listen Sundays at 3 p.m. for School Talks, hosted by Dr. Robert Livernoy. Sponsored by Must Construction Careers. Learn more at mustcareers.org.
Mark Levin, weeknights 9 to midnight on 760 WJR.
Detroit, go all in for Tigers baseball at Comerica Park. Place your deposit today for next season, and you can score a complimentary game for the 2026 season. As a member of the 1901 Society, you'll enjoy exclusive access, unforgettable baseball experiences, and perks available only to members. See every pitch, every home run, and every big play from the best seats in the house. Don't miss your chance. Visit Tigers.com/deposits and place your deposit today.
Fox News, I'm CJ Pop of the Navy, searching for a missing sailor in the Arabian Sea.
The U.S. Navy announced that a crew member from an MH-60S Seahawk helicopter is missing after an emergency water landing in the Arabian Sea. U.S. Naval Forces Central Command posted to X saying there is no indication the emergency was caused by hostile action. 3 of the helicopter's 4 crew members have been recovered and are in stable condition.
Fox's Trey Yanks in Tel Aviv. At soccer's World Cup, Team USA defeats Bosnia-Herzegovina 2-0. Flo Balogun scored the first goal, but later picked up a controversial red card, meaning he will miss the next game against Belgium.
We had to dig deep for that one. Obviously, I felt we put on such a good performance and didn't deserve the red card. I mean, I didn't see it, but it's unfortunate.
Team USA star Christian Pulisic on Fox. America's listening to Fox News.
WJR traffic and weather first.
This report is sponsored by RockAuto.com.
Oh, that grinding and squealing. What are you going to do about that?
Time for new brakes. The chain store never has what I need.
No worries. Go to RockAuto.com for name brands at lower prices.
All the parts your car will ever need. Rock Auto.
Northbound 75 at Gibraltar Road, that earlier vehicle fire still in the clearing stages, taking up the 2 right lanes. Traffic getting by in the left lane only. Crash off to the right shoulder of southbound 275 after Ann Arbor Road. Slow travel on westbound 94 between M59 and North River Road. Now, WJR weather first from the Weather Channel. An extreme heat warning in effect through 8 p.m. tonight. Sunny with a few afternoon clouds. A stray shower is possible today with a high of 95. The heat index making it feel like 105. Right now, it's 76. Partly cloudy tonight with a low of 78. Partly cloudy in the morning. Showers in the afternoon tomorrow, high of 94. I'm Renee Vitale, WJR Traffic and Weather First.
Feeling like 105. My goodness. We like to be outside around this time of the year. But when temperatures get that high, it's probably best to lay low as much as possible. You want to be comfortable in your home, but you don't want the bill to skyrocket like the temperatures. That's why you need to count on Consumers Energy to help make the most of your season and your budget with tips and ways to save, like making small changes, shifting some energy use to the morning or evening, raising your thermostat just a couple of degrees, still far cooler than it is outside. You can even do laundry at night or on the weekends. All of these little things can help keep your bill low while keeping your home comfortable. So discover ways to beat the heat at consumersenergy.com/summer.
And the match is about to begin.
Most of the team is out with COVID-19, so there'll be some substitutes tonight.
What's this? We have an unexpected guest on the field.
It's a dog. Well, they could do with extra players.
She's going for the ball.
Are front paws hands or feet?
Soccer season is full of surprises, and COVID-19 could be one of them. If you test positive, prescription medications may help. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Learn more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out? Spruce, spruce, spruce.
It's Spruce, the weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people, pets, and bees when used as directed. Spray the leaves for visible results in just 1 hour and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Spruce, pet friendly, weed deadly. Find wherever weed killers are sold.
We wouldn't be celebrating America 250 if it wasn't for a strong foundation set by the framers. Hamilton built America's financial foundation on sound money, later embodied by the gold standard. But we abandoned that discipline in 1971 and have seen inflation erode the dollar's value. What's the foundation of your savings? Is it gold or something that can be devalued? Hi, it's Dr. Ron Paul, and I encourage you to speak with my friends at Birch Gold Group about diversifying an existing IRA or 401k into a tax-sheltered IRA in gold. Learn more by requesting a free info kit on gold IRAs. Just text the word SECURE to the number 989898. Let Birch Gold help you build your foundation with gold. Text the word SECURE to the number 989898. Text SECURE to 989898.
Craving chaos with your chimichanga? Score $50 of authentic Mexican madness at Crazy Gringo for just $25. Go to WJR.com. Click on sweet deals and feast while supplies last. Don't miss the fiesta.
Catch Jamie's journey. Jamie Edmonds and friends bring you stories of triumph over adversity.
Now I want to bring in Wendy Henning, clinical oncology social worker. You gave me a little takeaway about worry, but I don't think the worry is serving me.
If you have checked off all of those lists and it's not serving you in any way, it's not helping move you forward, acknowledging your worry, understanding and recognizing that it's normal, try and let it go. And you might have to do that every hour.
Jamie's Journey, Thursday nights at 8 on 760 WJR.
We'll make it through.
Stream at WJR.com or wherever you get your podcasts. Stay here for All Talk with Kevin Dietz at 9. Now back to JR Morning with Chris Renwick, Lloyd Jackson, and Jamie Edmonds on WJR, where Michigan comes to talk.
So one of our friends who we talk to often on economic issues, also a history buff. And he's got a new book out. It's called Books and the Founding Fathers and Their Influence on America Today. And our friend is Dr. Tim Nash, the Senior Vice President Emeritus, Director of the Northwood University Center for the Advancement of Freedom, Free Enterprise, and Entrepreneurship. Doc, good morning. It's good to have you back.
Great to be with you, Chris.
First of all, a man of many talents, obviously. But what prompted you to go down this road and write this book?
Well, I tell you, it was really an idea that my good friend and prominent U.S. historian, George H. Nash, no relation to me, but George is one of America's top historians. He holds a PhD from Harvard. He's a scholar on a number of different parts of the U.S. economy from a historical perspective. And so I read a piece George wrote years ago called Books and the Founding Fathers. And I approached him late last year and I said, George, what if we take some of the work you've done on the Founding Fathers and what influenced them, and then bridge that subject, the history of the United States, what made us great, what got us started, with the fact that in 200 years, now 250, we've become the greatest economy in the world. What's the link between the Founding Fathers and great entrepreneurs? And we feature a few of them in the book, like our own Rich DeVos out of Grand Rapids, in Amway, Karen Buckwell Wright, who started with her father the Ariel Corporation. And before she died, the Ariel Corporation was the largest private producer of gas pumps, gas distribution systems, natural gas out of Mount Vernon, Ohio. Mm-hmm. And then when you look at some of the great entrepreneurs, they happen to be people like the great Green Bay Packer that we feature in the book. And so if you look at the history and the link, that's why I wrote the book. George is more the historian, and certainly I'm more the economist.
Was there something that you came across that made your eyebrows shoot up, or that surprised you?
Well, what really made a great impression on me is that the Founding Fathers knew that they didn't have everything correct. They were greatly influenced by the Roman philosophers in the somewhat modern era, if you will, based on time. I was amazed at just how important people like John Locke and Adam Smith were, and they wrote great works before the U.S. Declaration of Independence was written, but they had a great influence on freeing up Europe, and then that philosophy was part of the U.S. Reason for the U.S. becoming a free and independent state. And so that was surprising that they wrote a self-improving document, meaning with the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution, they knew that they didn't have it right. A lot of the founding fathers debated on whether or not slavery was right and what was the proper role of a woman in the U.S. economy at the time of the American Revolution. But they left in place the opportunity to change it and make the United States better. And that's what we talk about in the book. And we also talk about the economic system that they put in place that allowed the United States to become the greatest economic power in the history of the world, largely because of that second document, the Constitution, which will celebrate the 239th anniversary of the Constitution this September.
Well, and let's talk a little bit about that, because Alexander Hamilton obviously was the one who was looking to centralize banking, and he wanted to consolidate these debts. He thought that America would be in a much better position economically if they did that. And then, of course, when the French were looking towards the United States to play a pivotal role in their military experiences, and the United States said, look, we're not in a position to be doing that yet. Like, all of these things played a role into building, at least laying the foundation right into what we're experiencing today.
No, you're absolutely right. And simultaneously, if not for the French, if not for a number of leaders, from Poland and other European countries that assisted the founding fathers and assisted our military, our ragtag military that never should have. If Vegas were alive back then, the odds of the founding fathers and the Continental Army, winning the American Revolution would have been close to zero.
You can place those bets on Kalshi right now, I hear. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. No, yeah, that's an interesting story in and of itself.
I agree.
But, as you look at today, the uniqueness of the United States is property rights, individual freedom, the rule of law, the fact that we welcome competition, we welcome invention and innovation. And, there's a lot of interesting debates going on today about free trade or should we use the national defense argument in protecting some of our industries. But overall, we've become the greatest economy in the history of the world with the strongest military, and even with our debt and the problems that we do have, the most admired country in the world. And it really was put in place by the great work of the founding fathers and the risk taking. And then you look at the number of inventions, innovations that have taken place in the U.S. and it's amazing that has happened in such a short period of time relative to the rest of the world. But then simultaneously, Chris, what we forget about is the longest serving democratic republic in the history of the world is the United States. And even though we're one of the youngest countries in terms of formation, look at all the things that have happened. The German economy has undergone dramatic political change. So has France. So has England since the founding of the United States. And we don't always realize that we are the oldest democratic republic in the world where the masses of the population are free. We didn't get it right with slavery. We didn't get it right with women's rights. But again, it was a working, living document that allowed us to grow and change and become better. And as a result, we have, the greatest economy ever. And the fact that you rarely ever hear of an American leaving the United States and giving up their citizenship to live elsewhere. But we have millions of people a year that want to legally or illegally come into the United States. If it's so bad and if socialism is so good, why are so many people flocking to be an American?
Yeah, no, I think you're exactly right. And I think all of those things, understanding that they weren't perfect, understanding that the system that they were building wasn't perfect, that they didn't have all the answers. I think that's part of the reason why the longest running democracy the world has ever known continues. And I think that's exactly right on the nose. I can't wait to read the book, Books and the Founding Fathers and Their Influence on America Today. Dr. Tim Nash, God bless you. We always appreciate chatting, and have a great 4th of July weekend, and we'll talk again very soon.
Thank you, Chris, and keep up the great work.
You got it, bud. Coming up on the other side, a new parasite making people sick. What is it? What's going on? We'll talk about it. It's JR Morning.
I move mountains for a living. Literally. That means I don't carry hand lotion, and when it comes to serious heartburn, I don't mess around with anything but Rolaids Max Strength. Its dual-active formula has 1,500 milligrams of calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide that relieves heartburn fast. And the best part? The roll fits right here in my pocket, so I can get back to moving mountains.
Rolaids spells powerful relief. 1,500 milligrams is our highest amount of antacid per tablet. Read each label. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
So Ryan and I came to the decision to get life insurance when I was pregnant with our first son. He really wanted us to be taken care of if something happened to him. He provided for our family in life and also after his death. I think that would make him proud. Ethos makes it fast and easy to get life insurance. Apply in minutes and get same-day coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/save. That's ethos.com/save. Paid testimonial. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
This is Mark Snethkamp of the Snethkamp Automotive family. We've served Michigan customers for over 100 years. We opened our first dealership in 1926. 4 generations later, Snethkamp is still the name to trust when buying your next new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram. Visit us during the Make This the Summer Sales event happening now at one of our 4 locations: Highland Park, Gaylord, Midland, or Redford.
Snethkamp, Metro Detroit's original. Snethkamp.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
In the military, the mission was clear. You knew what to do. Now, the mission has changed. Stepping into civilian life isn't about finding a job. It's finding your purpose.
I wanted a career that would leverage the skills and discipline I gained in the military. IT just felt right.
My Computer Career offers class schedules that fit into your life and skills in high demand. Put your VA benefits to work. Visit mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to jumpstart your IT career today. An elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Most people never collect $1 of the money they're owed in a car accident. We're going to change that. If you were in a car accident that wasn't your fault, Michigan law says you may be owed up to $3,000. But that right doesn't last forever. One form online, we do the rest. Completely free. It's your money. We'll go get it.
Visit 3kforfree.com. Up to $3,000, 0 fees. Only at Michigan Auto Law Auto Accident Attorneys. People over everything.
The ultimate fan experience, COSM is coming to Detroit. Go beyond the screen for live sports, movies, art, and entertainment without ever leaving your seat. When you can't be there, be at COSM.
WJR Traffic and Weather First.
This report is sponsored by RockAuto.com.
Oof, shocking time to lose a whole strut.
Ugh. Comedy is not your thing, but I do know that Rock Auto has what I need to fix it.
With parts shipped right to your door. No kidding.
All the parts your car will ever need, Rock Auto.
Northbound 75 at Gibraltar, still have that vehicle fire in the clearing stages, taking up the 2 right lanes. Traffic's backed up to 4th Street. Southbound 275 after Ann Arbor Road. Accident off to the right shoulder. Slow travel on westbound 94 between M59 and North River Road. Now, WJR Weather First from the Weather Channel. Here's your forecast.
Heat with us and an extreme heat warning in effect until 8 o'clock this evening. That combines your air temperatures with humidity. Then maybe some storms coming on in, and some of those storms potentially strong or severe, especially later tonight. Tomorrow, Maybe a storm later today. Otherwise, hot, humid with sun and clouds. Upper 90s, heat index close to 105. Tonight, showers and thunder showers around, dropping into the upper 70s. A few showers and storms scattered around tomorrow, especially in the afternoon. Otherwise, hot and humid once again. Upper 90s, heat index close to 105. And on the 4th, chance of showers and thunderstorms high near 90. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stijik on 760 WJR, where Michigan comes to talk.
Sponsored by Femininio Law. GetDavidGetPaid.com. Traffic and weather is sponsored by Femininio Law. Get David, get paid.
You need more than just a great lawyer. You need a great team. And only Femininio Law has the accident response team. We're out there working on day one to get your life back and to get you paid. Call 855-65-CRASH or visit GetDavidGetPaid.com.
Call us or text us. The number's the same. 1-800-859-0957. 1-800-859-0WJR. Powered by Michigan Auto Law. Auto Accident Attorneys. Visit Autolaw.com. That's Autolaw.com.
So this gastrointestinal parasitic infection is causing a number of people here in the state of Michigan to be sick. As of just yesterday, more than 225 cases have been identified in 21 Michigan counties, plus the city of Detroit, since June 22nd. And it's affecting people of all ages, 8 to 84-year-old. But we don't know exactly where the outbreak is coming from. The U.S. CDC says that they are investigating. They're looking into it. That's at the federal level. Here in Michigan, they're doing the same thing. Dr. Natasha Bagdasarian is the chief medical executive here in the state of Michigan and joins me this morning to talk about, all right, doctor, ready? I'm going to give this a go. Slycosporiasis. Huh?
Yes.
All right. Perfect. What is this? Where is this coming from?
Well, this is a parasite that infects the intestines and can cause terrible diarrhea. And this is not something that's spread directly from person to person. You're not catching it from other people. It has been implicated in outbreaks in the past, and those outbreaks have typically been coming from produce that is washed in contaminated water. And so our hypothesis right now is that this is probably an outbreak that is related to something that people are consuming. And again, those outbreaks in the past have been linked to things like raspberries, cilantro, and salad greens. So those are sort of some of the top things that we're thinking about as we investigate this large outbreak.
So diarrhea, abdominal cramps, nausea, low-grade fever in some cases. I think that would make a lot of sense, right? We hear that if you travel to other countries. If you go to Mexico, for example, they tell you not to drink the water there because of something like this happening. But because it's so widespread, does that change the thought process here in the investigative process? Do we have the doctor still? Dr. Bagdasarian, do you hear me?
I can hear you again.
Okay.
I didn't hear you for a second. I'm so sorry.
Sorry about that. Just in terms of the how many people have gotten this in 21 different counties, I mean, it's all over the place.
It is, but we have to really remember that our food isn't hyper-local anymore. When we're talking about things like produce, if in fact this is coming from contaminated produce, this may be at a restaurant that is supplying multiple locations, or this could be at a fast food chain. It could be in a grocery store that is, again, sending their food on to a few different locations. And so when we see outbreaks like this, we've got a whole team of disease investigators who are looking into what people have had to eat and drink, and they're cross-checking all of those things. And we are honing in on some potential suspects.
How difficult is it to go down this rabbit hole and track down where the potential source is coming from?
Well, here's the thing. People sort of wonder what it is that public health does. Why do we need to have a public health system? And it's exactly for reasons like this. We've got a whole system that's been built up over decades of our local health departments, our lab testing, a whole database of information that comes in. And so we've got this system built, and the work is difficult. We're doing things like interviewing those who have been impacted, And then we're compiling that into spreadsheets and then cross-referencing and analyzing all of those spreadsheets. But this is the whole reason why it's important to have a great, robust public health system.
You mentioned that you were whittling it down. You feel like you've got a couple suspects. Is there anything that you can share on where this could be coming from yet?
We don't have enough information to really share at this point. But what I can tell you is that past outbreaks have been related to produce. And so produce is at the top of our list. It may not be produce that's coming from a grocery store. We're thinking about restaurants and fast food chains as well. And we're really advising people right now that if you're bringing produce into your home, we want to make sure that you're washing it really well, even if it says pre-washed on the bag. We want you to wash your produce really well. But if you're going out to eat, if you're going to restaurants, if you're going to fast food chains, just keep track of what it is you're eating. Because if you do become ill, number one, we want you to contact your healthcare provider so that you can get tested and treated. But number two, we really want to be able to compile that information so that, again, we can hone this down and we can find out exactly what is causing this outbreak.
So it doesn't seem like this is a deadly parasite, but the symptoms that you may have could linger for how long?
They can linger for a while. People can actually have diarrhea that comes and goes even for a couple of weeks. However, it is treatable. It's treated with a very simple, very common antibiotic, typically something like Bactrim. And within taking that Bactrim, symptoms are usually better within just a few days. So it is treatable for people who are healthy and have good immune systems. It can be more problematic for those who have weakened immune systems. So the message is here, if you are someone who thinks you may have been impacted, if you're having these symptoms, please see your healthcare provider, especially if you're someone with a weakened immune system.
How much then information are you sharing with the CDC from the state level? How much information are you getting from them?
Well, I mentioned this whole network of disease detectives, and we've got our local health departments that are doing the boots on the ground investigation. They're the ones doing all the interviews. They're compiling that information, sending it on to the state for a full analysis. And then we're in communication with the CDC. So all of these entities are working together. We've got local health, we've got state health, and the CDC all working in tandem to figure out the source of this outbreak.
Dr. Natasha Bagdasarian, the Chief Medical Executive for the state of Michigan. We appreciate your time. Thanks for getting up early with us this morning. Have a great holiday weekend. We'll talk soon.
You too. Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye-bye. Coming up on the other side, 7 o'clock hour, get you caught up on some of the headlines. Also, Dr. Steve Craig joins us in studio coming hour. Plus, we'll head out to Union Station in Washington, D.C. Ford celebrating a major milestone. And we're continuing on with our look at the Founding Fathers. All coming up on JR Morning.
Hey there, WJR listeners. Chris Alberta here at Principium. Listen, your bucket of money, that precious little gem that's taken you a lifetime to accumulate, it's been growing. And if you're anything like all of my clients, you were worried that it might not be enough to supplement your retirement, especially if the markets have a downturn. All these incredible investment and insurance tools these days, they've been designed to address specific problems and concerns. But most folks I see every week, they have the wrong stuff. You know why? Because no one's taking the time to actually invest in them and diagnose the actual problem, the actual concern. Yeah, look, my process, it's laborious, but it's worth it. The results and the peace of mind are a byproduct of us learning together. If you're retired or nearing retirement, it's time for you to dig in with me. We can increase the reward and we can decrease the risk. It's a win-win. So stop going to steak dinners, free steak dinners offered by financial salespeople. Invest in yourself with me at my office on your timetable with zero pressure. Call me today, Chris Alberta at Principium, 1-888-800-8949.
The Fox News Rundown, 5 to 6 a.m. Everything you need to start your day on 760 WJR.
Your child's education is the foundation for tomorrow's leaders. Listen Sundays at 3 p.m. for School Talks, hosted by Dr. Robert Livernoy. Sponsored by Must Construction Careers. Learn more at mustcareers.org.
Listen in for the Cranes Detroit interview with Mike Lee every Monday morning on JR Morning. Brought to you in partnership with Mercantile Bank. Looking for a new business bank? Mercantile can help drive your business forward. Learn more at mercbank.com.
News updates anytime at WJR.com.
Explore food security through stories, strategies, and solutions that empower communities and inspire action. Hear thought leaders from across the state on Food Secure Nation with Dr. Phil Knight and Jerry Brisson. Sunday nights at 9 on 760 WJR. Sponsored by Know Better, Do Better.
This is the great voice of the Great Lakes. 760 WJR. Detroit. A Cumulus Media station.
A search at sea in the Middle East. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, for a missing American after a helicopter went down.
The MH-60S Seahawk helicopter made an emergency landing at sea yesterday. The U.S. military says there's no indication the crash was caused by enemy action, but the cause is still under investigation. Navy assets are searching for the missing crewman. 3 others on board were hurt, but are in a stable condition.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. This after another round of indirect talks between the U.S. and Iran.
Mediators in Qatar announced that positive progress was made in those technical talks on Wednesday in Doha, aimed at advancing the memorandum of understanding. Already, the Iranians are starting to admit that some nuclear inspections will take place, and ultimately, some of the money for sanctions relief will be used to purchase goods for the Iranian people.
That's Fox's Trey Yingst in Tel Aviv. While people gather in Israel, marking 1,000 days since the Hamas terror attack, October 7th, 2023. They killed more than 1,000 Israelis and triggered the deadly, destructive war in Gaza.
We demand an official commission of inquiry by the Israeli government.
Russia hit Ukraine with another bombardment, retaliating for strikes that hit oil facilities in Russia. They launched hundreds of drones and missiles, targeting the capital, Kyiv, killing at least 17 Ukrainians, injuring many more, causing a lot of damage. A lot of America is baking and will for the next few days.
These temperatures, of course, feeling worse because the humidity in place. But believe it or not, it is hotter in New York City right now than it is in Miami, Florida.
Fox weather meteorologist Britta Merwin. The heat index will hit triple digits. Washington, D.C. up to New England. Heat warnings or alerts also in place. Arkansas to Tennessee to Wisconsin over Ohio and Pennsylvania. A big American win at the World Cup.
USA is on top, and I don't know what I can say. Don't count us out.
USA!
Those are from watch parties in Atlanta and Indianapolis. The U.S. beat Bosnia and Herzegovina 2-0 to advance to the round of 16. America's listening to Fox News.
WJR Traffic and Weather First.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Pros, save more on what you need to get the job done right. Right now at Lowe's, get 15% off select custom entry and interior doors. Plus, save $80 on a DeWalt 20-volt Max 2 tool combo kit, now just $169. Valid through 7/8 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
We're seeing a bit of improvement on the roadways. Northbound 75 at Gibraltar. We do still have that vehicle fire in the clearing stages. It's got traffic getting by in the left lane only. Traffic slow from 4th Street. The Lodge northbound on-ramp from Congress closed until this afternoon. Northbound 275 near Eureka. Right lane is closed there till tomorrow. Now, WJR Weather First from the Weather Channel, sponsored by Footloose at thumbcoasttheaters.com. Experience live theater at Thumbcoast Theaters in St. Clair. Don't miss the hit musical Footloose, packed with explosive dancing, iconic songs, and a story about breaking the rules and finding your voice. Get your tickets at thumbcoasttheaters.com. That's thumbcoasttheaters.com. An extreme heat warning in effect through 8 o'clock tonight. Sunny with a few afternoon clouds. Stray shower possible today, a high of 95. The heat index making it feel like 105. Right now it's 76. Partly cloudy tonight with a low of 78. Partly cloudy in the morning. Showers in the afternoon tomorrow, high of 94. I'm Renee Vitale, WJR Traffic and Weather First.
Now WJR Health Watch. Here's Lloyd Jackson.
If you look up the literal definition of the word midwife, it means with woman. Yet most of us assume a midwife's job begins with a positive pregnancy test and ends the moment the baby is delivered.
No matter where you are in your journey, we don't only see birth or pregnancy. We see women across the lifespan. We just want to support women no matter where they are, whether it is just for an annual exam to talk about what's going on with their bodies, whether or not it's contraception. We are there to encourage, empower, educate, and support you in your healthcare decisions. It's not only pregnancy and birth.
That's Renee Sokolowski, one of a team of 4 certified nurse midwives at Corewell Health's new office in Clarkston, who says midwives not only help women transition into motherhood, but also into menopause and the later chapter of their lives.
With any phase in life. Women go through so much. We are there to educate you and support you and empower you at each stage. Into menopause, a lot of things are changing. So we are there to educate, support, and give you that information again for you to make the best decisions for yourself.
If you're looking for a more holistic and collaborative approach to your annual exams or birth control, nurse midwife Renee explains what the first appointment may look like.
The first appointment is going to look like a get to know you. A midwife to me is a best friend with a lot of knowledge about your health care to educate you on all the options, and you pick what's best for you.
For more information on certified nurse midwives, call the Corewell Health OBGYN Clinic in Clarkston at 947-524-4950. I'm Lloyd Jackson for WJR Health Watch.
It's not just morning, it's a JR morning with Chris Renwick, Lloyd Jackson, and Jamie Edmonds on 760 WJR and on the WJR app, where Michigan comes to talk.
So would go long. Team Ream, only man there, able to steer it to Adams, flicks it along Tillman. He's got Balogun making a run off him. Can he get around with that ball? To the deflection, Balogun scores! Flo Balogun, first to react to the deflection.
Flo Balogun strikes first for the United States, and they end up winning it 2-0 over Bosnia-Herzegovina yesterday in San Francisco. And what a scene. What a scene. I mean, it is unbelievable what we are seeing with this World Cup. And yes, does it make it better that the United States is on to the round of 16? Sure it does. Sure it does. It's like adding that little bit of sugar in your coffee. Yeah, coffee's great. But have you had it with cream and sugar? It's fantastic. Right? Like, it's just that much better. But what we're seeing out of this USA team is fantastic. They are playing really, really high-level soccer. And to be honest, I mean, going back to other appearances on the world stage, I don't, and look, Brian, I could be clouded by all of the pageantry and all of the excitement of fans from around the world that are going to Buc-ee's and that are eating brisket for the first time and that are trying to smuggle ranch dressing back to their home countries. I could be colored by all of that. The reality is, I don't remember the United States playing this well on a world stage before. And so it makes everything better.
It does feel a little different this year. Even to me, who I'm not paying a blick of attention to this, but it does feel different than other past World Cups.
Well, and then here's what else happens is it's like the Pistons. It's like, yes, you're excited they're in the playoffs, or the Tigers, anybody. Yes, you're excited they're in the playoffs, but as you get further along, you want it more. You want to win. It becomes now.
That's how the Michigan basketball season was.
Sure, absolutely. As you progress on in your season or in a tournament, March Madness, whatever it is, you just want it more. It becomes more realistic. There's only a couple of teams that are left, and you're one of them, and you could win the darn thing. And that's how it's starting to feel with this USA team. I mean, look out if they beat Belgium next week. I mean, look out.
Okay.
I'm telling you, people, you're going to tighten those screws. People are going to get way more excited. And then you're going to think, oh my God, we have a chance here. Right? And again, they're not the best team in the field. Not even close.
And how much have you bet on this so far?
I've bet zero. Do you want to know why? Is because I don't want to be clouded by any of it. I want to just enjoy it.
Oh, okay.
I want to go on the ride. Like, I know people that are like, well, I'll bet on the other team, and if USA wins, I'm happy. And then I'm like, well, yeah, but you lost money. I don't want to do that. I want to just enjoy it organically. So it's fantastic. Problem was, Flo Balogun ended up getting a red card. He got booted from that game with 36 minutes to play. And they ended up scoring again, courtesy of Malik Tillman.
9 minutes plus stoppage time to go. But this run-up is telling me more power. Look at Arthasso's giving up the entire right side of his goal. Tillman! Malik Tillman! 2-0 United States!
And that I just can't get over that. I can't get over it. That put the United States up for good, 2-0. Malik Tillman, absolute beauty of a curler, in on that free kick.
You know what the best part of soccer is, though? The announcers. They really is.
Absolutely. Also, if you haven't seen it, do yourself a favor, go on YouTube. Gus Johnson used to call soccer games.
Really?
Yeah, this was like a side gig he did for Fox maybe 10, 15 years ago. But imagine Gus Johnson.
I am right now.
Doing
he
soccer.
He can hit those high notes, yeah.
Yes.
Ooh, I got to check that out.
It is very, very good. That's your homework for today. Meanwhile, these two climbers that climbed to the top of the Empire State Building, absolutely unbelievable. They climbed to the spire of the Empire State Building through a hatch in the 102nd floor. And these two people actually were the subject of this Netflix documentary. Jason has seen it, said you gotta see it.
Must watch
TV. And Angela Nicolou and Ivan Burkus are the ones who climbed to the top of the building. They put a flag on the top of the building, and then they got engaged. The man proposed to the woman. They got engaged, and everybody's like, wait a second, there's two people on the top of the Empire State Building. Wait, well, what? They're putting a flag. What does that flag say? Oh, the flag says, when the power of love beats the love of power, the world knows kindness. Oh, okay. Oh, wait, hold on. We're seeing on social media that these two people are now engaged. Oh, well, it's like 10 degrees cooler up there, and it's not that windy. And I'm like, hold on. Two people just climbed to the top of the Empire State Building in the middle of Manhattan.
Good luck to any man that's proposing to their woman today, trying to top that.
Fair point. You can't just like go to your local fireworks celebration and get down on one knee.
Honey, I decided to propose in a place where neither one would obviously die if we slipped.
You'd have to, the counter to that, though, was like, what are you climbing to the top with me? I ain't doing it. I know you're not doing it. Let's not do it. Yeah, I don't know how the coverage went from, well, that's unbelievable and kind of a security threat to like, well, it's kind of cute. It's wild to me.
Well, it is. If you watch this documentary, they're running around, they're eluding security and construction workers, and you're like, this is insane. Why would anybody put me through this? But it kind of is. It's kind of sweet that they're doing this together, I guess.
Geez, will you stop it, please?
Come on.
Unbelievable.
Couple that climbs together, dies together.
Yeah.
They're not dead.
They're not dead. Yeah. They're not dead. Yeah.
I have a hobby, too. My hobby will never risk my life.
Wasn't there like a tightrope walker?
Yes.
Like from a famous tightrope walking
and he walked
family?
between the World Trade Centers at one point.
Right.
And he died.
He did.
He died. doing that.
I don't know if he
fell.
died or if he just fell and was really horrifically injured.
I mean, regardless, my point is,
we'll end this.
If you, if you push those boundaries,
not worth it.
Yeah. If you roll the dice,
at some point,
eventually you win.
Right. The law of averages would say something is bound to go wrong at some point.
Exactly.
Maybe it doesn't, but at some point, that's what the numbers say. 7:12, time for WJR's Business Beat, brought to you by Shelving.com. We rock your world. Here's Jeff Sloan, the founder and CEO of Startup Nation, to spotlight the entrepreneurial tech and startup community on WJR.
Good morning. Social commerce, not just social media to drive the power of influencing, social commerce, which combines the power of social media's influencing with the ability to close the purchase of a product at the moment you've been influenced to do so. It's hot, and it's getting hotter. Now, the most well-known example of social commerce is that conducted by the TikTok shop, but it's not the only example of social commerce doing well. While Facebook doesn't get the social commerce hype TikTok and Instagram do, the fact is it owns what brands actually want: scale plus buying intent. Per Sprout's 2026 data, 85% of consumers have a Facebook profile and 40% go there specifically to find products. And 70% of marketing leaders say it drives the strongest business impact of any platform. Now, unlike TikTok and Facebook's social commerce application, your shop acts like a discovery engine that drives shoppers to your own website to close the sales. Facebook Shops in 2026 is a discovery and trust machine, not a checkout button. Win the browse and believe stage with video, collections, fast service, and real user-generated content, then send that intent to a site built to close. To win at social commerce, Sprout offers these tips to keep in mind. Lead with short-term video. Facebook users engage most with sub 60-second branded video. Tag the exact product in reels and stories so viewers go straight from clip to cart. Track revenue, not just vanity metrics. A reel can rack up likes and drive 0 product clicks, but sales are the ultimate metric to track. So instead of tracking vanity metrics like likes, track clicks, collection views, conversion rate, and customer questions instead. Look, if we're going to succeed in small business today, we've simply got to be everywhere that existing buyers are. And we're forced to stay current with consumer expectations with respect to where and how they can purchase what it is that your business offers. Social commerce, including that which is on Facebook, is emerging as one channel you simply can't afford to neglect. I'm Jeff Sloan, founder and CEO of StartupNation.com, and that's today's Business Beat on the great voice of the Great Lakes, WJR.
Not all storage is created equal. Visit Shelving.com's Madison Heights location, where experts will walk you through your space, workflow, and budget to build the perfect solution. From Unirack pallet racking to Lion boltless shelving.
Shelving.com, we rack your world. If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $3 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-896-8155. 800-896-8155. 800-896-8155.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Hey, Jim Harper here. Like many of you, I got LASIK surgery back in the 80s, and recently I started having trouble seeing, and it turns out they never told us LASIK doesn't last forever. So now what? Glasses? I haven't worn glasses in years, and I'm as vain as the next person. But then I remembered Mariana and the staff at Direct Optical Optique and how great they were at finding cool frames that look good on me, because they are frame stylists. You can't get that on the web or a big box store, and nobody has a bigger selection of designer frames than Direct Optical Optique. And Mariana still knows everybody by name. She's still selling cool glasses, one pair at a time, with a very personal touch. So if you wear glasses now or are wearing them again, you got to go to Direct Optical Optique and let them treat you like a star. They're the only ones who can do that. 2 great locations, Haggerty Road north of Maple and West Bloomfield, and in Canton on Ford Road next to IKEA. OptiqueDetroit.com on the web.
Hi, it's Paul W. here from Metro Cars. When planning a wedding, every detail matters, including transportation. Metro Cars provides premium wedding transportation throughout Southeast Michigan, offering luxury black car service for the bride and groom, as well as group transportation options for wedding parties, family members, and guests. With a fleet that includes luxury sedans, SUVs, executive vans, minibuses, and motor coaches, Metro Cars can accommodate transportation needs for intimate ceremonies and large-scale celebrations alike. For more than 35 years, Metro Cars has been trusted for professionalism, reliability, and exceptional service. To learn more about wedding transportation packages, visit metrocars.com or call 800-456-1701. That's metrocars.com or 800-456-1701. Metro Cars, elevating your wedding day from the first pickup to the final farewell.
WJR Traffic and Weather First.
This report is sponsored by ExpressPros.com. Your logistics business moves fast. Is your team keeping up? Express Employment Professionals connects you with qualified talent fast. Express helps you hire smarter and stay productive. Visit ExpressPros.com for an office. Express Employment Professionals, respecting people, impacting business.
Southbound Gratiot in Detroit currently closed between Harper and 94 due to an accident. Northbound 75 at Gibraltar. Earlier vehicle fire, still cleaning that mess up. Right lane is blocked. Traffic slow from Fort Street. Also, the Lodge northbound on-ramp to Congress is closed till this afternoon for construction. Now, WJR Weather First from the Weather Channel, sponsored by University of Michigan, dedicated to making a difference through healthcare, research, and service. From developing life-saving innovation to shaping policies that help you thrive and providing legal services to mission-driven organizations. This message is sponsored by University of Michigan's Michigan Creative. Here's your forecast.
Extreme heat will continue with an extreme heat warning. Now, this morning we're clear. We'll see some clouds build as we get into the afternoon. A very warm, muggy morning. Similar to yesterday in terms of the afternoon hours, upper 90s. Yesterday we hit 97, one shy of a record. Today about 97. Today's record 99. It'll feel over 99 with the heat index close to 105. Maybe a shower or storm around. Tonight, a few showers, thunder showers possible, upper 70s. Tomorrow, a few showers, maybe a thunderstorm, especially in the afternoon and evening hours. Still dangerously hot and humid. Again in the upper 90s. Again, the heat index close to 105. Now, on the 4th, a chance of showers and thunderstorms. It's actually going up a little bit, partly sunny, otherwise high near 90. For the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Staging on 760 WJR, where Michigan comes to talk.
I'm Kevin Dietz. Coming up on All Talk, Michigan's next governor has an opportunity to boost the state's workforce by making college more affordable and increasing graduates in high-demand fields while continuing to support the skilled trades. We'll talk about it. And how did the USA do in World Cup soccer? Plus, the Daily Dose of Dietz. All Talk is 9 to noon. You can stream us anytime at WJR.com.
All right, it is a Thursday. And as always, we welcome in Dr. Steve Craig, president of Craig Consulting Group and Craig Counseling Services. It's nice to see you.
Good to see you.
By the way, the baby blue looks good on you.
Oh, well, thank you. I dress up for you.
Yeah, you look very nice. Renee Vitale is joining us
I dress
as
up
well.
for her. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
You shouldn't have.
Exactly.
No, really, you shouldn't have.
It's getting hot in here.
Yeah, we need her help. Right.
Exactly.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
We I don't.
Yeah.
Dr. Steve comes in and I'm like, hey, guess what? Here's a new one for you.
Yeah. I need to start coming in like
Really, he needs to
15
start
minutes
charging
early.
me.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
We
All
do
right.
have that couch back there in our lobby area now, so
Right.
we might be utilizing
You have a
that.
mobile unit? All right,
Well,
what do you
let's
got?
see. Dr. Steve, my son and daughter don't get along. And as a parent, all I really want is for my adult children to be friends. But they struggle because my son mistreats her on a regular basis. She has significant self-esteem issues and has many anxiety issues. I've tried to support her, but his behavior is making it worse. And she just doesn't want him around any longer. She's currently at nursing school, and last week, in front of his sister, he told our neighbor in a very excited and complimentary way that she would make a great nurse and she should apply to nursing school. He has never once told his sister that, and she was in tears. And he commented about how much weight he has lost while his sister struggles with her weight. Again, being completely insensitive to her insecurities and her struggles and completely ignoring her feelings. Every time they are together, he says rude things and she ends up in tears. But when I tell him she is sensitive and fragile and can't handle things, he just ignores me or waves me off while his sister continues to struggle. How can I get a rude brother to stop destroying his sister and disrupting the family when he just doesn't care?
Wow.
All right, Renee. You go ahead. You can take this.
Save Chris. Chris is going to explode.
I feel like that maybe he has the insecurity issues. And so as a defense mechanism, perhaps he is, making fun of her, treating her poorly because he's perhaps jealous of her success. And so he finds any little thing that he can one up her on, like her weight, knowing that he's pushing her buttons by congratulating the neighbor. And so perhaps he's the one that needs to visit you for some therapy. Honestly, I think there's something deep rooted there.
All right. So then what does the person, this mother or father, do then? Because, tell him to.
I'm assuming that he's said to her, listen, or to him, listen, you're really hurting your sister here. Are you aware? Maybe it is a situation that he's he doesn't realize he's doing these things, and he's just a bully big brother that never grew up. Maybe he's not self-aware.
Okay, bully, big brother.
Oh, boy,
okay,
yeah.
bully, you go.
First of all, I do love my sister, but I've done some things in the past that I'm not proud of. Now, here's what I'd say. I don't know. At some point, the onus is on the sister here. And I was going to ask you how old these kids were.
Yeah,
but then I
know.
went back and looked, but it says adult
Adults.
children. So they're adults.
We'll call them in their 20s or 30s.
At some point, I don't, and I should say this too. As a parent, you always want your kids to get along and get
Right.
together well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. And you would push for that. I would push for that, certainly. But at some point, don't you have to kind of wash your hands of it and go, wait. You're an adult. You may have some insecurities, but you're doing your own thing. Look what you got going on. You're a nursing student. You've got yourself set up. What do you care what your brother has to say? Now, if he's got something nice to say and you guys can make peace, God bless. But the brother is just being mean, or whether it's knowingly or not. But at some point, you wipe your hands of it and go, this is something you guys got to deal with. I'm not getting in the middle of it anymore.
So Chris is callous and indifferent, right?
That's what I've gathered.
Well, Renee, in this one, I'm going to be with Chris.
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
right.
wow.
But let's hope this one's not on record, right? Because then I'll have to,
to defend it.
But this is one of those things where I think our world has gone crazy, because it's terrific that we've now developed a sense in the world that we have to pay attention to people's feelings and recognize them. But that doesn't mean every feeling is right or needs to be placated or enabled, because so many of our feelings are irrational, dysfunctional, selfish, manipulative, overblown. I mean, our feelings aren't this nice little package of logical little things. Most of mine are crazy, selfish, but I don't get to say something, that is really irrational or dysfunctional and expect everybody to address it and handle it. So, I just try and think of examples and I hear these things in my office and I'm like, wow, what's happened in the world? Like, I heard one recently where the husband is friendly to the mail lady. Like, she shows up at the door. He doesn't know her name.
Just nice.
He's just nice
kind.
to her. Well, thank you. Have a nice day. And the wife is so jealous. And then they're sitting in my office and she's furious that no one is appreciating her jealousy. And, what's he doing? And it's like, or you could just handle that he's friendly. Like, why do we have to make a big deal about every emotion you have?
So you're saying we get inside our own heads and become our own worst enemies.
We become our own worst enemies. But we've developed this world that we don't differentiate between which feelings are sort of appropriate and which are just irrational.
My feelings are the ones that need to be validated.
Mine need to be validated.
Right.
And if I have it, it needs to be addressed and talked about. But so I would say
Is it different if you're 14? If your kids are 14 and 13?
Well, if they're 14 and 13, we as parents have to do the job of teaching that your feelings matter, but other people aren't responsible for your feelings. So you have to learn how to handle things and be okay with it. Now, that doesn't mean that people, on the other hand, get to just be rude, blatantly rude and mean, but there's a certain level of stuff that just are our feelings that just happen because we have our insecurities or whatever. And we don't need to make a big deal out of everybody's feelings all the time. And so when I read this, I'm going to call it the mother, but I don't know if it's a mother or father, that every feeling this sister has, they rush to, oh my God, she's fragile and she can't handle that someone else might get a compliment. Well, to me, you have to say to her, honey, you have to be able to handle that there's other people in the world. And sometimes, that doesn't mean you're slighted. It doesn't, but to wring your hands and everything, if she's in tears every time the brother shows up and says anything that's a normal way of being, then we're actually not teaching her how to we're creating a problem because we're not teaching her how to handle anything. Life. And then next week he says something innocuous again, but she's upset and we all have to run and take care of it. We have to pay attention to people's feelings, but not every single one of them. That's the problem that we've run into.
Another good one with Dr. Steve. We appreciate you as always. Thanks for coming in. We'll take a break. More coming up. Get you caught up on the headlines. Also, Ford celebrating a major milestone in D.C. It's coming up.
And the match is about to begin.
Most of the team is out with COVID-19, so there'll be some substitutes tonight.
What's this? We have an unexpected guest on the field.
It's a dog, but they could do with extra players.
She's going for the ball.
Our front paws, hands or feet?
Soccer season is full of surprises, and COVID-19 could be one of them. If you test positive, prescription medications may help. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Learn more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out? Spruce, spruce, spruce.
It's Spruce, the weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people, pets, and bees when used as directed. Spray the leaves for visible results in just 1 hour and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Spruce, pet friendly, weed deadly. Find wherever weed killers are sold.
This is Mark Snefkamp of the Snefkamp Automotive family. We've served Michigan customers for over 100 years. We opened our first dealership in 1926. 4 generations later, Snefkamp is still the name to trust when buying your next new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram. Visit us during the Make This the Summer Sales event, happening now at one of our 4 locations: Highland Park, Gaylord, Midland, or Redford.
Snefkamp, Metro Detroit's original. Snefkamp, Snefkamp.
Fox News, I'm Gianna Gelosi. The U.S. and Tehran wrapping up indirect talks in Qatar yesterday on a positive note.
Mediators in Qatar announced that positive progress was made in those technical talks on Wednesday in Doha aimed at advancing the memorandum of understanding. Already, the Iranians are starting to admit that some nuclear inspections will take place, and ultimately, some of the money for sanctions relief will be used to purchase goods for the Iranian people.
Fox's Trey Ying's Team USA is moving on to the round of 16 after beating Bosnia and Herzegovina 2-0, despite playing a man down after Fuller and Balogun was handed a red card.
We had to dig deep for that one. Obviously, I felt we put on such a good performance and didn't deserve the red card. I mean, I didn't see it, but it's unfortunate.
Star forward Christian Pulisic, they'll play Monday at 8. America's listening to Fox News.
WJR traffic and weather first.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Tired of overpriced blinds? Blindster makes custom blinds simple and affordable. You measure at home, install yourself, and save big. No retail store markups, just custom blinds guaranteed to fit. Blindster.com.
Southbound Gratiot currently closed in Detroit between Harper and 94 due to an accident. Northbound 75 at Gibraltar, a vehicle fire in the clearing stages, taking up the right lane. Traffic slow from 4th Street. The Lodge northbound on-ramp from Congress closed for construction till this afternoon. Now, WJR Weather First from the Weather Channel, sponsored by University of Michigan, dedicated to making a difference through healthcare, research, and service. From developing life-saving innovation to shaping policies that help you thrive and providing legal services to mission-driven organizations. This message is sponsored by University of Michigan's Michigan Creative. An extreme heat warning in effect through 8 o'clock tonight. Sunny with a few afternoon clouds. Stray showers possible today with a high of 95. Heat index is making it feel like 105. Right now it's 78. Partly cloudy tonight with a low of 78. Partly cloudy in the morning. Showers in the afternoon tomorrow and a high of 94. I'm Renee Vitale, WJR Traffic and Weather First.
Detroit, go all in for Tigers baseball at Comerica Park. Place your deposit today for next season, and you can score a complimentary game for the 2026 season. As a member of the 1901 Society, you'll enjoy exclusive access, unforgettable baseball experiences, and perks available only to members. See every pitch, every home run, and every big play from the best seats in the house. Don't miss your chance. Visit Tigers.com/deposits and place your deposit today.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
For many retirees, changes to interest rates could mean your lump sum options will reduce. Choosing between a lump sum and monthly pension options, like all retirement decisions, shouldn't be an emotional decision. It's a math problem. Most people and professionals are doing the wrong math. Hi, I'm Kirk Cassidy, lead instructor for the Retirement Education Foundation, a charitable program, and the co-host of the Retirement Education Hour, heard here Saturday, 6 a.m. and 1 p.m. A complete retirement plan should guide every major decision in order to maximize efficiency. If you want to retire early, spend more, and reduce your anxiety, join us for our near master's level 8-hour retirement education courses where we have taught tens of thousands of families with assets between $1 to $20 million. To register for a course or watch updated webinars, visit refedu.org. That's refedu.org. Classes are held at major universities in Michigan and Missouri. $29 tuition goes to charity. Courses are sponsored by the Retirement Education Foundation, a charitable program.
And the match is about to begin.
Most of the team is out with COVID-19, so there'll be some substitutes tonight.
What's this? We have an unexpected guest on the field.
It's a dog, but they could do with extra players.
She's going for the ball.
Our front paws, hands or feet?
Soccer season is full of surprises, and COVID-19 could be one of them. If you test positive, prescription medications may help. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Learn more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out? Spruce, spruce, spruce.
It's Spruce, the weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people, pets, and bees when used as directed. Spray the leaves for visible results in just 1 hour, and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Spruce, pet friendly, weed deadly. Find wherever weed killers are sold.
Paul W. Smith can be found on Focus from noon to 2 p.m. on 760 WJR. Now back to JR Morning with Chris Renwick, Lloyd Jackson, and Jamie Edmonds.
Well, we are all celebrating the 250th celebration of the United States of America and this wonderful grand experiment. But there are few companies that have had the impact on the United States like Ford Motor Company. And as all of the celebrations in Washington, D.C. continue, one at Union Station, I think, is particularly exciting, and that's Driving America Forward, a Ford experience at Washington's Union Square. And Ford was founded in 1903, and Henry Ford and the Model T and and everything that spun off of that, and to the cars that we see driving today, but to Ford's critical role in the fabric of America, whether that is getting you from point A to point B in style, or helping troops complete their missions in consequential wars all around the world. And to talk about this wonderful exhibit is Ted Ryan of Ford Archives and the Heritage Brand Manager at the Blue Oval. Ted, good morning. It's good to have you.
Thanks for having me on this morning. Yes, I'm sitting in the middle of the exhibit right now looking at people taking pictures of my cars and of the exhibit labels, and someone just snapped the photo of the 1941 Ford GP we have on display.
That is so cool. What is it like to be there amidst all of the celebration, but then Ford highlighting their rich history?
It's been amazing. So we have 10 vehicles on display at Union Station at this free exhibit. It was opened yesterday on July 1st and will be open until July 14th. So we have 10 vehicles, and we also have archive displays, cases that are tell the story forward. Ford and pop culture, answering the call during World War II as the backbone of work, all these different categories. Some of the vehicles are just spectacular. I have Jay Leno's 1934 Ford pickup truck. I have a Ford GP. I have the Bronco that won Baja in 1968, the last Model T ever made. just some amazing vehicles, and it's been exciting to see people walk in and take all the photos and take it in.
And what's been the reaction from folks that are taking it in?
It's been fantastic, and I've been here doing tours and meeting different groups, and people are surprised that it's there, but then they are surprised by the diversity of the vehicles. A 1956 T-Bird on display. I've got a 1951 tractor. And then some of the surprise and delight moments that we have a big panel on answering the call where we show the role that we played during World War II, and even things like Ford built mission control and helped put a man on the moon. Most of the people aren't going to realize that. We're across the street from the Postal Museum here, so I made sure to include the fact that Ford invented the zip code reading device that will sort your mail by zip code. Ford is for 124 of America's 250 years.
And what does that mean personally for you and for the people on your team that are in charge of being the good stewards of the history of Ford?
It's tremendous. In my job as the archivist at Ford Motor Company, you don't want to always look back, but if you look back and it gives you a clear vision of the future, the thing that jumps out to me, and I've been asked about it over and over, is the variety of the cars. Ford has adapted and has built cars for the public that they want at that particular moment in time. The Mustang that we have behind me is a perfect example. Introduced in 1964 at the World's Fair. This was actually the Mustang that was part of the ride at the World's Fair. But that was the perfect car for the perfect generation, for the baby boomer generation. So every time a generation is looking for something new, Ford has been there. So as you look back, you realize it's in our DNA to always produce the vehicles that America's going to want at that particular point in time.
So you've been doing this for a long time, and yes, to look forward, you do have to look back, and you have to look back at the heritage and the history and what you've accomplished as a company. Are there vehicles that the company comes out with that you go, yeah, that's going to be at this same display in 50 years from now, or this is going to be another one of those, oh my gosh, this is changing the landscape, or we're doing something that is going to change something down the road? Can you spot those?
You can spot them, or you can try to spot them. We have a panel on the development of the assembly line and how Ford changed automotive fabrication forever. It's never going to be the same after the assembly line. Well, with our new universal vehicle, we're creating a new vision of the assembly line. So I haven't seen the vehicle yet, but I've been part of the process. So you assume, or you hope that vehicle is going to have the same power that the Model T did in changing industry. But some vehicles, like the Ford Taurus, I love it. We don't have one on display, but that car changed America when it came out. Mm-hmm. It was an amazing vehicle that brought aerodynamic design back into automobiles for a while. So if you had asked somebody about the Ford Taurus 5 years ago, they would have shrugged at it, but I would love to get one for my collection.
No doubt about that. 123 years of heritage for Ford Motor Company. It's on display as part of the 250th celebration and celebration down in Union Station in Washington, D.C. Love the fact that Ford's there. And Ted Ryan, we appreciate your time and all the hard work that you do to bring these experiences to the American people. Certainly, we know about it here, but seeing it is completely different. Thank you for your time this morning.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, you got it. I think that, again, earlier this week, I read you the poll of like things people, how people feel about the United States, or what the biggest food is here, the most popular food that defines America, or technology that defines America. I think that it's almost too difficult to pin down in a lot of categories, but you look at the ultimate change of the early 1900s to when the first automobile was created, like the 50 years between like 1900 and 1950, massive leaps, massive achievements. And then you go from 1950 to 2000, massive achievements. And then you go from 2000 to now, like we're slowing down because we have created so many unbelievable things that they don't register the same way. Nothing, maybe aside from artificial intelligence and AI technology, but aside from that, we haven't experienced any sort of great leap and bound that is changing the landscape unbelievably. So while these that's why you got to look in the past to go, oh my God, the invention of the automobile it was ours, it was Ford's, but then it spread like wildfire, and all of a sudden horses become obsolete. The work that you are able to do, or the expediency in which you are able to travel now, completely changes your entire life. So I love the fact that Ford is there highlighting their history, their tie to the growth of America. Absolutely fantastic. Coming up on the other side, we continue our look into the founding fathers. John Jay steps into the spotlight. It's coming up on JR Morning here on
The ultimate fan experience. COSM is coming to Detroit. Go beyond the screen for live sports, movies, art, and entertainment without ever leaving your seat. When you can't be there, be at COSM.
Hey there, JR listeners. Chris Alberta from Principium. Look, I have an urgent message for you today about your retirement. I don't care if you already retired, you're a few months away, or you're a few years away. You're going to be unemployed soon. And you probably don't have a pension because you are your pension. Recent all-time highs in the market. Look, you're at the top of the mountain. And now we're in an Iranian conflict. AI might replace your job. And like it or not, you could be retired as long as you were working. But despite all that, it's the best time I have ever seen in my career to build you a retirement plan. The fixed rates are unbelievably good. Income models are killing it. You combine that with top-notch market management, and you're going to win. If you wait, you will lose. These rates will go down. You remember the 4% rule? My clients are using the 7% rule. They'll always have a paycheck, and that's freedom. Don't wait. Call me now. 888-800-8949. Call me, Chris Alberta, 888-800-8949.
Don't miss The Motherlode with Lauren and Marie, on the air and online. Lauren Crocker and Marie Osborne bring generations of wit, wisdom, and what now moments.
It's been eye-opening. Gut punch, all of it, all in one. And yeah, I still have a 3.5-year-old.
You're doing all of this, and you have a beautiful daughter, and you have to mom.
Yeah, I say this about her all the time. She has no chill, and she wants me all the time. And so that's been tough.
Yeah.
Because add chemotherapy to sort of the mix, and I'm very fatigued.
Do you find that just sometimes just holding her in your lap or just reading her a story gives you some measure of inner peace and comfort?
Absolutely. I mean, watching Spidey or Super Kitties and, cuddling with her is very comforting. She's 3.5. We told her I have a boo-boo, and she's seen my bald head and things like that. She's comforting me in some moments.
Oh.
She rubbed my head the other day and she goes, Mom, it's going to be okay.
The Motherlode. Check the on-air schedule at WJR.com for weekday broadcasts and get it wherever you get your podcasts.
I move mountains for a living. Literally. That means I don't carry hand lotion, and when it comes to serious heartburn, I don't mess around with anything but Rolaids Max Strength. Its dual active formula has 1,500 milligrams of calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide that relieves heartburn fast. And the best part? The roll fits right here in my pocket, so I can get back to moving mountains.
Rolaids spells powerful relief. 1,500 milligrams is our highest amount of antacid per tablet. Read each label. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
This is Mark Snefkamp of the Snefkamp Automotive family. We've served Michigan customers for over 100 years. We opened our first dealership in 1926. 4 generations later, Snefkamp is still the name to trust when buying your next new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram. Visit us during the Make This the Summer Sales event, happening now at one of our 4 locations: Highland Park, Gaylord, Midland, or Redford.
Snefkamp, Metro Detroit's original. Snefkamp, Snefkamp.
The hot weather is here. Help keep your home cool this summer with new windows and doors. This month at Clarkston Window and Door. Get 37% off installed windows or doors, plus 0% financing for 15 months. Clarkston Window and Door. Book your free no-obligation consultation today at clarkstonwindow.com.
We sell, we install. That's right, we do it all. Clarkston Window and Door.
WJR traffic and weather first.
This report is sponsored by Major League Baseball.
It's the 4th of July celebration presented by Ford. Watch the St. Louis Cardinals take on the Chicago Cubs live on Fox this July 4th at 8 p.m. Eastern. Baseball for the people. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission.
Well, the good news is in Detroit, Gratiot has reopened southbound between Harper and 94 after being closed for some time due to an accident. Northbound 75 at Gibraltar still have that earlier vehicle fire in the clearing stages, taking up the right lane. Traffic slow from Fort Street. Westbound 94 seeing delays between Connor and Van Dyke. Now, WJR Weather first from the Weather Channel, sponsored by Lombardo Apartments. Searching for a luxury 2 or 3 bedroom townhome? Welcome to Aria of Shelby. Beautiful luxury townhomes designed for comfort, convenience, and style. Visit ariaofshelby.com for more information on their specials, including up to 1 month free rent on a new lease. Here's your forecast.
The heat continues, and you combine the humidity, it's going to feel like 105 with an extreme heat warning this afternoon. Already this morning, many of us well on our way. A very warm start to the day. Could get a hit or miss storm this afternoon. I wouldn't bet on it. Actual air temperatures in the upper 90s, the record 99. Tonight, a shower, thunder shower around upper 70s. And tomorrow, a few more showers and thunderstorms scattered around. Hazy, hot, and humid otherwise. Still got a shot at the upper 90s with the heat index close to 105. And on the 4th of July, chance of showers and thunderstorms. Partly sunny otherwise with a high near 90. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stagik on 760 WJR, where Michigan comes to talk.
Call us or text us. The number's the same. 1-800-859-0957. 1-800-859-0WJR. Powered by Michigan Auto Law. Auto Accident Attorneys. Visit autolaw.com. That's autolaw.com.
So I'm really excited for this because we've been talking about the founding fathers for the last couple of weeks, and obviously Washington and Jefferson get the most pop. But there is one instrumental founding father that does seem to be forgotten a bit, and he was incredibly important. And despite what Hamilton the musical says, Hamilton was generally forgot about, but Hamilton is on our money. He did create the Treasury. He created this whole form of banking that we didn't even think was possible. But most people don't even remember John Jay as being a founding father or an influential figure of the era. He, of course, with Alexander Hamilton and James Madison, co-authored the Federalist Papers. He negotiated the Treaty of Paris that officially ended the Revolutionary War. He was the first Chief Justice of the United States. And he even helped shape the nation's early foreign policy. And there are some critiques of him, but I think as history has gone on, as time has gone on, we look back at John Jay as being an incredibly important figure into the birth of this nation. Let's talk about it. Jonathan Den Hartog, the chair and professor of the Howard College of Arts and Sciences at Samford University. Professor, it's great to have you.
Well, good morning. Thanks for the invitation. And, I said I will go anywhere and talk to anybody to let them know about how important John Jay was for the American Revolution. So this is right where we need to be.
I agree. Why would you go through those lengths to talk about John Jay? He doesn't get the publicity that I think he deserves, but what is it about him that gets kind of swept under the rug?
Yeah, so I think I really think the amount of work that he put into the American Revolution to make it succeed means he was vitally, even centrally important for the revolution. And so I actually think he does deserve to be named in that same breath with Washington. Nobody's equal to Washington, but Adams, Jefferson, and I think we should say John Jay, because he devotes his entire professional career, 27 years of public service, nonstop, without a break, to make the country succeed. And what he brings, I think, is a real practical sense of what needs to be done. So yes, you can have the flowery language, or you can have the passion or the energy, but you also need people who can get things done. And that was what John Jay was doing in the Revolution.
Let's Quentin Tarantino this thing. Let's go back now to the early life of John Jay. Washington came from money, but he struggled. He wanted to be a British officer, and Thomas Jefferson came from great wealth, and his trajectory was different than, say, John Adams's was. But what was early life for John Jay like?
Yeah, I would put him solidly middle class. His father was a businessman who had done pretty well, and that allowed him to provide for John some private tutoring and then a college education, right? Not many people had a college education in the colonies, but John Jay was able to get one, and he was preparing for a professional career. He wanted to be a lawyer. He became a lawyer, and he thought he was going to have a very straightforward professional career in Manhattan. And then as conflict with Great Britain ramped up, wow, everything changed for him. Now, the one other thing I think we should mention is the Jay family has this interesting mix of immigrants backgrounds and domestic backgrounds. So many of their forebears were French who had come to America because they had been persecuted. And so they always had that memory of desiring to have liberty and religious liberty. And then they were joining in with the English who were in the colonies as well.
And so what prompted him then to join the revolution? What was the thing that was the springboard for him to say, no, we have to do our own thing?
Yeah, there are kind of two steps to that. I think he is concerned about the legal standing of the colony. So he's thinking about kind of constitutional rights from the get-go, from the early 1770s. And so he's kind of brought along as this professional man who does want to stick up for the American colonies. And so that's going to then bring him into politics. He's going to get elected to the Continental Congress, both the first and the second. And so all the way through, he is on one hand saying, we need to stand up for our rights, but also let's not get over our skis. He's always one of those voices of don't go too far too fast. And so then he holds that even into 1776, where he says, if there is any way we can have reconciliation, let's do that, because that would be better than war and bloodshed. But then in that moment of July 1776, he says, not only have all the colonies spoken, but in fact, the British have gone too far, and now they really are going after our lives. Even property, I think he might compromise on. But when our lives are threatened, it is right and good to seek to be independent.
And I just have 30 seconds left here. I'm sorry. I wish we could spend more time on John Jay. I think he's fantastic. He was criticized for the 1794 treaty with Great Britain, although that eventually fell apart in the War of 1812. What happened there?
Yeah, so just really quickly, because of the French Revolution, Britain and France are at war. The U.S. is in the middle of it. And so new President George Washington says, who can I send who will be our best representative in England? And his answer is John Jay. So Jay goes and has to negotiate a treaty, which he realizes is not the best possible treaty, but it's the best treaty that could be had given the circumstances. And when he brings it back, there's a real partisan divide. Like there is political polarization, and his political opponents like burn him in effigy. They hate the treaty so much.
Wow.
But a lot of the administrator supporters say, we're grateful for it. It's going to keep us out of the war, and it's going to expand our trade options. So it's much debated. And I do think over time, historians looking back say it was probably the best treaty that we could have gotten. So I want to give Jay credit for that, even though not everybody loved it at the time.
Not everybody loved it at the time, but the nation was, 20 years old at that point, and just trying to keep the fabric all put together. Jonathan Den Hartog, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. I wish we could spend 2 hours on this subject, but I appreciate your time this morning. Thank you.
Well, thanks so much for this opportunity. And again, I think people should dig into John Jay. He was an important founding father.
I agree completely. Thank you for your time. We'll take a break. 8 o'clock hour coming up. It's JR Morning.
America 250, Michigan made.
One of the most life-saving medical innovations to come out of America came from a young man out of Southeast Michigan. Years before anyone had heard of the COVID-19 virus, this young man was working in a biology lab the kind of place where scientists map out viruses molecule by molecule. And there, he figured out a tiny trick. By swapping in just 2 building blocks of a protein, he could freeze a coronavirus long enough for the human body to recognize it and fight back. And when the pandemic hit, that trick became the heart of every COVID vaccine approved in America, credited with saving nearly 20 million lives in its first year. This young man studied at Wayne State University in Detroit, is a product of public schools in Macomb County, and today he teaches at the University of Texas at Austin. His name, Dr. Jason McClellan, a Michigan mind who helped save the world.
America 250, Michigan made. From 760, WJR. WJR. The Fox News Rundown, 5 to 6 a.m. Everything you need to start your day on 760 WJR. This is the great voice of the Great Lakes, 760 WJR, Detroit, a Cumulus media station.
Air conditioning and water. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. Millions of Americans need both today.
Probably feels hotter here just because it's the concrete and the heat gets trapped in between the buildings.
She's in New York City, but this triple-digit heat's in a lot of areas.
We have heat warnings that are about the Great Lakes, the Midwest, all the way to the Northeast.
Fox weather meteorologist Britta Merwin.
So we have feel-like temperatures that could be as high as 110, 115 degrees. And by the way, this heat is lasting through the holiday weekend. We don't get a break until Sunday or Monday.
Many communities are opening cooling centers for those needing AC. Despite that heat, President Trump says on the 4th of July in Washington, celebrating America 250.
I'm going to go and I'm going to make a really long speech just to show that I can do anything.
He said that in North Dakota, where he visited the new Teddy Roosevelt Presidential Library. Russia went on the attack again in Ukraine, big time.
A night of horror, according to Ukraine's foreign minister. Homes made uninhabitable, buildings reduced to rubble, the sky lit up. Death and destruction as explosions shook Kyiv for hours. 74 missiles and almost 500 drones were launched. Russia described its attack as retaliation for Ukrainian strikes on civilian infrastructure.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. There's a search at sea for a missing American sailor in the Middle East. Fox's Trey Yingst in Tel Aviv.
After an emergency water landing in the Arabian Sea, U.S. Naval Forces Central Command posted to X saying there is no indication the emergency was caused by hostile action. 3 of the helicopter's 4 crew members have been recovered and are in stable condition aboard the George H.W. Bush.
This after another day of U.S. and Iran talks through mediators in Qatar. Another American win at the World Cup.
We had to dig deep for that one. Obviously, I felt we put on such a good performance.
That's Christian Pulisic after the U.S. beat Bosnia and Herzegovina 2-0 to advance to the round of 16. Team USA will face Belgium next on Monday. America's listening to Fox News.
WJR traffic and weather first.
This report is sponsored by Bank of America. Bank of America, sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 2026, dedicated to offering solutions to help businesses meet their goals locally and globally. More at bankofamerica.com/gamechangers. That's bankofamerica.com/gamechangers.
Northbound 75 at Gibraltar, we do still have that earlier vehicle fire in the clearing stages. Traffic stop and go from Fort Street, still taking up the right lane. So travel on westbound 94 between Connor and Van Dyke. Northbound 275 near Eureka. Right lane closed for construction till tomorrow. Now, WJR weather first from the Weather Channel. Sunny with a few afternoon clouds. A stray shower is possible today and a high of 95. The heat index is going to make it feel like 105. Right now, it's 80. Partly cloudy tonight, a low of 78. Partly cloudy in the morning, showers in the afternoon tomorrow, and a high of 94. I'm Renee Vitale, WJR Traffic and Weather First.
Michigan summers mean outdoor adventure and fun, but high temperatures shouldn't break your budget. Count on Consumers Energy to help make the most of this season and your budget with tips and ways to save. Making small changes like shifting some energy use to the morning or evening, raising your thermostat a couple of degrees, doing laundry at night or on the weekends. It can help lower your bill while keeping your home comfortable. Discover more ways to beat the heat at consumersenergy.com/summer.
These days, it feels like everything costs more, and healthcare is no different. But what many people don't realize is that rising hospital costs, prescription prices, and more people needing care all affect what Michigan families pay. That's why Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan is ready to help by lowering drug costs, focusing on preventive care, and improving quality while reducing unnecessary costs. Because affordability matters to everyone, and progress is happening. Learn more about what Blue Cross is doing to help at mibluedaily.com/affordability.
This message is sponsored by the University of Michigan, dedicated to making a difference through healthcare, research, and service, from developing life-saving innovation to shaping policies that help youth thrive and providing legal services to mission-driven organizations.
Get answers to your retirement planning questions by joining the president of the Brzezinski Group, Brett Brzezinski, for Inside Retirement Tuesday nights at 7. Firm offers insurance services, investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. When you're vacationing in your RV, there are some things you can always count on. Laying out on a hammock, waking up to birds chirping, and board games with the family.
What? It's not cheating.
Frank, you're scaring the kids.
Oh, come on, guys. We're having fun. It's family time.
With Progressive, your RV is protected 24/7, so you're prepared for whatever you don't see coming.
Technically, it's a loophole.
It's a children's board game. You're a grown man, Frank.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in D.C.
The hot weather is here. Help keep your home cool this summer with new windows and doors. This month at Clarkston Window and Door. Get 37% off installed windows or doors, plus 0% financing for 15 months. Clarkston Window and Door. Book your free no-obligation consultation today at clarkstonwindow.com.
We sell, we install, that's right, we do it all. Clarkston Window and Door.
It's another JR Morning with Chris Renwick, Lloyd Jackson, and Jamie Edmonds on 760 WJR and streaming on WJR.com, where Michigan comes to talk.
So we'll go long. Team Ring, only man there, able to steer it to Adams, flicks it along Tillman. He's got Balogun making a run off him. Can he get around to that ball? To the deflection, Balogun scores! Flo Balogun, first to react to the deflection.
U.S. wins 2-0 over Bosnia-Herzegovina. And, boy, it was absolutely fantastic. Absolute marvelous soccer being played out in the Bay Area, San Francisco. And, look, Flo Balogun scores that opening goal. Absolutely huge. Absolutely crucial. Then he gets a red card. And he's out of the game. Oh, and by the way, Flo Balogun won't be able to play next week against Belgium either. And so now you do change the complexity of your path, but also you change the complexity of the game yesterday. And by the way, whether the red card was deserved or not, that's up for debate. I don't think it was deserved, but they use VAR, which is video assistant refereeing, and that came back. Are you laughing, Brian?
No,
not at all. Are you laughing at VAR? At the assistant video referee?
I'm wondering why we don't use it in sports here.
Well, we started to use it a little bit in baseball with the challenge system.
I'm also trying to figure out how this works, because you're saying they're playing games, but then they're playing games and now they're moving on, but they played a game. And then is this like, it's not like the NCAA tournament where you play and one moves on and one goes away.
Now you do. Yes.
Now it is. Okay.
Yeah. So initially when the tournament started, you're in group stages. The group stage.
And I don't understand what that means.
So you get 4 teams in a group.
Okay.
And then you play 3 games. Based on wins, losses, or ties, you get a certain amount of points. The team with the most points comes out of the group. Well, the 2 teams come out of each group.
Sort of like how the NHL counts points in a way.
Yeah, I mean, that's just games. If you win the game, you're up 1-0. If you lose the game, you're tied 1-1.
Okay.
So it's whoever has the most points comes out of those group stages. Then when you get to the round of 32, which is what we're in currently, it's win or go home. So Bosnia-Herzegovina, they're headed out.
Okay.
They're out.
I'm just trying to figure this out.
U.S.
because
moves on.
Everybody's engaged with this so much. And it's like, well, maybe I should need to figure out how this actually works.
Well, now
I
it's
understand how
easier.
the American sports work, even though I don't follow them.
Yes.
This is like, I don't know what's going on.
Well, and here's how overtime works. So you've got extras. So you've got extra time.
Okay.
So you get 15 minutes. Then you get a halftime of overtime. Then you get another 15 minutes. And then after that, if you're still tied, you go to penalty kicks.
Okay.
And then penalty kicks, you get 5. Whoever has the most goals at the end of those 5 kicks moves on. If it's a tie, then you just go to the next kick. And then the next kick. That's how that works. So that's how you determine.
Well, at least we get a winner. It's not like everybody ties.
Now, at this stage, there are no ties.
Okay.
At this stage, you win or you go home.
And now there's 16 teams left.
There will be at the end of the group round of 32.
Okay.
Yep.
Then
Then
we're
you
talking
get.
to Keith Baldwin at 8:19.
Yes, we will talk with Keith Baldwin at the Regal Eagle coming up at 8:19.
Okay.
But it was a fantastic experience. I mean, the electricity in the stadium was coming through on the television. And again, even if you're a casual soccer fan at this point, you have to be involved in this. I mean, it is so absolutely spectacular. We got Take Me Home, West Virginia, Mountain Mama, Take Me Home, playing that song, Country Road. I mean, they were playing Elvis in the stadium after the game. Freebird starts ringing out. I mean, it's spectacular.
That to me is more interesting than the games. Now, I played soccer in high school. That was what we did. We didn't have a football team. So I understand the game slightly. How this all works, I don't know. But the outside the game stuff, to me, it's fascinating. And it's like, it's like when people come to the Fisher Building here. I've been coming here since 1989. I don't even see it anymore.
Sure.
I'm coming to work.
Right.
And when you bring somebody who hasn't been here,
They're like, oh
and they
my
walk in
God.
that lobby and stop, that's what this feels like to me. People going, this Buc-ee's, oh my gosh, this Buc-ee's. It's like, yeah, it's Buc-ee's.
Do you know what it tells me? Is that people love people. We love each other.
Oh, absolutely.
I got the Haitians and the Scottish and the Germans partying with it almost made me cry this morning. I'm in the commercial break watching this video of a Korean fan and a Mexican fan standing in the stands together, arms around each other, hugging. Like, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's when you get to the power level. It's when you get to people that have to decide laws and all of that. That's when it gets muddied.
Well, and they want to divide us up. And we shouldn't be divided. This should be us all the time. Is like, I think when we go over to their country, it's probably the same thing where we go, oh my gosh, I've never seen this before. And they go, yeah, we do this every Tuesday. I don't know what you're talking about. But it's fun to watch them come here. And it's like, I've seen people, they're eating Kentucky Fried Chicken for the first time. And they're going to Buc-ee's for the first time. And I saw somebody, they went to Cracker Barrel. It's like, I've never seen such a place. This is, it's like, it's just Cracker Barrel.
I saw this one Japanese fan eating a piece of brisket that I'm like legitimately jealous of. Like, I've never had brisket like that.
And you've never enjoyed it probably that much
and
either.
he's just like I don't think his eyes could have rolled further back into his head.
And to me, that's the fun of this. The games are great, and I'm glad everybody's here. But watching everybody enjoy, and I think it sends a nice message, like you said, that we have more in common than we have.
I had seen a quote. I had seen somebody on Twitter, X, whatever, say something like, "It's amazing that a soccer tournament in the United States has done more for international relations than the UN."
Correct. I think and that's exactly
I loved it.
right.
It's so true.
That's what it should be.
It's people realizing that whatever those stereotypes are not legitimate. Although I did see 2 Japanese fans go to a bass fishing stop with guns, and they're like holding guns, and they're like, the manager comes over, gives them hats, and they're like, woo.
Well, when we went overseas a few years ago, one of our tour guides told us that was his goal, his dream. He was saving money to come here, rent a van in New York, and drive to Texas so he could shoot a gun. And I was like, you don't really have to drive to Texas to shoot a gun. You could probably do it right there in New York at a shooting range. Really? Really? He thought you had to go to Texas and
only Texas?
Yeah, he thought that was like
funny.
no. I saw that video. You sent it to me. It's like this is so funny. These guys, like, but it's hard to get guns everywhere.
But it's also just it's not malicious. They're like, oh my God.
No. It wasn't like this. I got to have one of these. It was like they were the guys
it's like
that held
going
the 44
to see the Louvre.
Magnum. Yes,
You're
it's
like, oh my God.
gosh.
Yeah.
Look, I'm holding this thing. Yeah.
Exactly. Absolutely unbelievable.
Yes.
The people that climbed to the Empire State Building yesterday, also unbelievable. They got through a hatch on the 102nd floor. They get to the top and they hang this flag and then they get engaged. And my only question is, why aren't people saying that this is like a serious security threat? It's like, oh, they got engaged. Isn't that nice? They were on a documentary on Netflix. Oh, no. These people are out of their minds.
It was all criminal until then.
Yes, it's exactly right. Also, no state budget yet. The July 1st self-imposed deadline by lawmakers has passed, so those negotiations continue. Oh, Jason, I know you're very excited about this. Today is the rehearsal dinner for Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. There will be 100 people there. 100 people there at the rehearsal dinner. July 3rd, tomorrow, apparently, is the wedding where 1,000 people will be there. Hooray.
Why don't you just get married on a beach or something? Why do you, you're just going to draw attention to Madison Square Garden.
I saw this report where they were like building a castle inside Madison Square Garden. And I'm like, hey, there are castles in the world.
Yeah.
Like you're Taylor Swift. King Charles would probably officiate your wedding.
Or just get married and leave us all alone with it.
I mean, you don't have to build a stage in Madison Square Garden to get married. I'm convinced these people are sick. They have
Quite
to
possibly.
They have to be in the news cycle. Also, Tigers win 6-2. Took them 11, but they sweep the Yankees. And that, Jason.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's my cue.
That's
your
called a
cue.
winning streak.
All right, coming up on the other side, we're talking World Cup soccer. Keith Baldwin with the Regal Eagle joins us. It's Chair Morning.
The Rocket Classic returns July 30th through August 2nd at the historic Detroit Golf Club. Tickets are selling fast. This is the one you want to show up for, because at the Classic, you're right there, up against the action, along the fairways and greens of a beautifully restored course. It's world-class golf, remixed with music, food, and the soul of Detroit. The Rocket Classic, presented by Alumnify, undeniably Detroit. Grab tickets while they last at rocketclassic.com.
Summer is just around the corner, and it's time to make sure your air conditioner is ready to keep your home cool. Crystal here from Family Heating, Cooling, and Electrical, reminding you to schedule your summer service today. Our expert technicians will clean and check your air conditioning and make sure everything is running properly so you can head into the warm weather worry-free. Don't wait for the heat to hit. For a worry-free home, visit familyheating.com to find the location near you and call to schedule your summer service today.
WJR's latest sweet deal is on sale now. Purchase $50 in value for only $25 for Basement Burger Bar in Detroit, Canton, and Farmington. Metro Detroit's most customizable burger experience. Visit WJR.com and click on Sweet Deals while quantities last.
We love to celebrate the 4th of July with family, friends, food, and fireworks. Please be safe this Independence Day weekend and don't drink and drive. From your friends at News Talk 760 WJR and Michigan Auto Law, auto accident attorneys.
I move mountains for a living. Literally. That means I don't carry hand lotion, and when it comes to serious heartburn, I don't mess around with anything but Rolaids Max Strength. Its dual active formula has 1,500 milligrams of calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide that relieves heartburn fast. And the best part? The roll fits right here in my pocket, so I can get back to moving mountains.
Rolaids spells powerful relief. 1,500 milligrams is our highest amount of antacid per tablet. Read each label. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
So Ryan and I came to the decision to get life insurance when I was pregnant with our first son. He really wanted us to be taken care of if something happened to him. He provided for our family in life and also after his death. I think that would make him proud. Ethos makes it fast and easy to get life insurance. Apply in minutes and get same day coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/save. That's ethos.com/save. Paid testimonial. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Hi, it's Paul W. here from Metro Cars. When planning a wedding, every detail matters, including transportation. MetroCars provides premium wedding transportation throughout Southeast Michigan, offering luxury black car service for the bride and groom, as well as group transportation options for wedding parties, family members, and guests. With a fleet that includes luxury sedans, SUVs, executive vans, minibuses, and motor coaches, MetroCars can accommodate transportation needs for intimate ceremonies and large-scale celebrations alike. For more than 35 years, MetroCars has been trusted for professionalism, reliability, and exceptional service. To learn more about wedding transportation packages, visit metrocars.com or call 800-456-1701. That's metrocars.com or 800-456-1701. MetroCars, elevating your wedding day from the first pickup to the final farewell.
These days, it feels like everything costs more, and healthcare is no different. But what many people don't realize is that rising hospital costs, prescription prices, and more people needing care all affect what Michigan families pay. That's why Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan is ready to help by lowering drug costs, focusing on preventive care, and improving quality while reducing unnecessary costs. Because affordability matters to everyone, and progress is happening. Learn more about what Blue Cross is doing to help at mibluedaily.com/affordability.
Listen for the SAE Ion Engineering every Monday morning on JR Morning. Ion Engineering is sponsored by CSP, the Composite Solutions Partner, an industry leader in lightweighting and advanced composites. Learn more at thecsp.com.
WJR traffic and weather first.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Trouble sleeping lately? Upgrade to the great sleep you deserve at Mattress Firm's July 4th sale. Choose from a curated selection of top brands and let their sleep experts help you narrow it down. They make sleep easy.
No accidents on the roads right now. The Jeffries westbound between 94 and Livernois. Right lane is closed there till 6 o'clock this evening. The Lodge northbound on-ramp from Congress is also closed till later today. Haggerty in both directions between Plymouth and Schoolcraft, that's closed for construction till tomorrow. Now, WJR weather first from the Weather Channel. Here's your forecast.
The heat with us and an extreme heat warning in effect until 8 o'clock this evening. That combines your air temperatures with humidity, then maybe some storms. Some of those storms potentially strong or severe, especially later tonight, tomorrow. Maybe a storm later today. Otherwise, hot, humid with sun and clouds. Upper 90s heat index close to 105. Tonight, showers and thunder showers around, dropping into the upper 70s. A few showers and storms scattered around tomorrow, especially in the afternoon. Otherwise, hot and humid once again. Upper 90s heat index close to 105. And on the 4th, chance of showers and thunderstorms high near channel. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic on 760 WJR, where Michigan comes to talk.
I'm Kevin Dietz. Coming up on All Talk, Michigan's next governor has an opportunity to boost the state's workforce by making college more affordable and increasing graduates in high-demand fields while continuing to support the skilled trades. We'll talk about it. And how did the USA do in World Cup soccer? Plus, the Daily Dose of Dietz. All Talk is 9 to noon. You can stream us anytime at WJR.com.
Yeah, I'm chilling on a dirt road, laid back, swerving like a George Jones. Smoke rolling out the window, and ice cold beer sitting in the console. Memory lane up in the
Well, here's your chance to win a trip to see two country superstars, Jason Aldean and Luke Bryan, in Vegas. Double the hits, one unforgettable night. We've got your flights, hotel, and concert tickets covered. The Double Down Tour, Aldean and Bryan co-headlining with special guest John Party and Chase Matthews, all live under the neon lights. Prizes provided by BBR Music Group. Text this hour's national keyword, EASY, to 95819. That's EASY to 95819. We'll text you back to confirm your entry. Data and messaging rates may apply. Please don't text and drive. Official rules and more information is at WJR.com. Well, the United States beats Bosnia-Herzegovina. They now have a July 6th meeting, USA and Belgium. That's on tap. That is slated for Monday. And then that is in the round of 16. I don't know what it is. This team's got a little juice. They're playing really, really good soccer. Let's talk about it with Keith Baldwin, the co-owner of the Regal Eagle here in Detroit. Keith, good to have you back.
Hey, good to be back. Hope you're enjoying the games.
We really are. I don't know I may be blinded by the fact that we are being treated to a wonderful tournament. But outside of that, I mean, the fans, the whole fan experiences, we've been talking about this for a couple of weeks now. It's just so spectacular, and people getting to experience the United States the way that I think some of us even take for granted sometimes. So I might be colored by that, but it feels like this is a much different USA team than we've seen in any international play, and they're playing really good soccer right now.
Yeah, they're playing with a lot of confidence and a lot of belief. And if people saw last night's game, they felt in control most of that game. And even in soccer, obviously, in any sport, you're going to face some adversity. And their main player got a red card. But I think next round, that's going to be tough for them without him. But I think they've got the belief to figure that they've got a strong squad. And whoever they bring in, they still got a great chance.
And this is where things start to get a little tight, and we still have a couple of games here in the round of 32 that we got to get sorted out here. But the path here for the United States, Belgium, and then they've got the winner of either Portugal or Croatia or Spain and Austria. So the path seems to be there for them to get to the next round. But I mean, you start looking across the board, Canada has looked really good. Especially in particular games. Brazil has come away with a couple of squeakers, but they look good. England looks very good as well. So this seems to be a really loaded field.
Yeah, now you're obviously teams starting to get eliminated, and you're going to get some real powerhouse matchups. Obviously, Spain playing Austria today and Portugal, Croatia. That puts, if they both win, the favourites, Spain and Portugal, that puts us in course for a Spain-Portugal game in the next round, which will be a huge matchup. And Mexico-England's a huge matchup. And yeah, this is where the games really start pitting superpowers against each other.
I think a couple of weeks ago we talked about it, and it felt like the stars were coming through, right? The world's most popular players, the most skilled players were coming through. Do you feel still that way, or do you feel like the supporting casts have come through? Because that's kind of how it felt like the last couple of games. It feels like it's more team, complete team games.
Well, it is a complete team. You have to win with a complete team. But if you saw the Norway game that they won, Erling Haaland did not have a great game, but he popped up with a couple of minutes, with 80 minutes left, and scored.
Right.
And that was his moment of the game. So like Michael Jordan hitting the game-winning shot. These stars, all they need is moments. Harry Kane had a good all-around game yesterday, but his world-class finish won the game for England. And, France beating Sweden pretty easily. Their stars were scoring great goals. So it obviously takes a team, but your team can set up the star to produce the moment to win the game.
I think it's interesting, too, because once you start getting into these games, even the game that Germany got eliminated in, right, I as a fan, am feeling the intensity, right? I understand what's at stake here for these countries, especially a team like Germany. But even my kids who are not as into soccer as I am, they feel the tension, the intensity when you get into these later portions of the game and there's a lot on the line. I almost feel like as a collective, this country is starting to feel that way about this game. We feel it in football and in baseball, in the playoffs, things like that. But I think a lot of people are starting to get that there's a lot on the line here.
Oh, yeah, well, it's the timing as well. And, the World Series, the Super Bowl, they happen every year. The World Cup is every 4 years. And as a player, you're lucky to play in one. If you're a great player, you maybe play in 2 to 3. If you're the world's best ever, like Messi, you play in 6. But really, it comes only every 4 years. So when you're eliminated, it's a long time before you get a chance to put it right. So every game has a lot of pressure. And we've seen the pressure in those penalty shootouts. The Morocco-Netherlands, the Paraguay-Germany, if you took all those penalties, they only scored 54% of those penalties in those 2 shootouts, which is a very low number for a penalty conversion. And it's because of pressure.
Business is good?
What's that?
Business is good?
Oh, business is great. I mean,
Good.
we've been absolutely packed. It's been fun atmosphere. And the Mexico-England game will be quite intense down at the Regal Eagle. But as I said, it's going to be a celebration. You see these nations partying together. There'll be a lot of English there. There'll be a lot of Mexican fans there. And even though one fan base is going to be devastated at the end of the game, it's going to be a celebration.
And you, unlike bars in Boston, won't run out of beer. Keith Baldwin, thank you for your time as always. We'll talk soon.
Thank you.
Yeah, you got it. Absolutely fantastic. And again, we're lucky that we've got these places here because you go to Europe, they have these bars all over the place. Bars like the Regal Eagle exist in every small town where you go to see your hometown team, and then they get exponentially more populated when the national team is playing. So it's absolutely fantastic. We've got a jewel like that here in the city of Detroit. Take a break. More coming up on JR Morning.
And the match is about to begin.
Most of the team is out with COVID-19, so there'll be some substitutes tonight.
What's this? We have an unexpected guest on the field.
It's a dog. Well, they could do with extra players.
She's going for the ball.
Are front paws hands or feet?
Soccer season is full of surprises, and COVID-19 could be one of them. If you test positive, prescription medications may help. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Learn more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out? Spruce.
It's Spruce, the weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people, pets, and bees when used as directed. Spray the leaves for visible results in just 1 hour and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Spruce, pet friendly, weed deadly. Find wherever weed killers are sold.
The hot weather is here. Help keep your home cool this summer with new windows and doors. This month at Clarkston Window and Door. Get 37% off installed windows or doors, plus 0% financing for 15 months. Clarkston Window and Door. Book your free no-obligation consultation today at clarkstonwindow.com.
We sell, we install. That's right, we do it all. Clarkston Window and Door.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. Millions of Americans dealing with life-threatening heat dome, triple-digit temps in the central and eastern portions of the nation. This woman in Philadelphia had an outdoor splash pad with her grandkids.
It is hot. I want to cut the air off, and the water is beautiful. It's just a nice little breeze, and I can get wet with the children. I'm loving it. It's really nice.
Her grandchild agrees.
Just playing with my cousins in the water.
A high in Philly today, forecast to at least 100 degrees. It's so hot, the Upper Montgomery County Volunteer Fire Department in Maryland pushing back its fireworks show from Independence Day to Sunday, July 5th. The Navy searching today for a missing sailor in the Arabian Sea. 3 others on the helicopter that went down are okay, say officials. And Israel commemorates 1,000 days since the October 7th massacre with a moment of silence earlier. But there were demonstrators clashing with police. America's listening to Fox News.
WJR Traffic and Weather First.
This report is sponsored by Guardian Alarm.
For both home and business security, there's only one team you should trust. Guardian Alarm has protected Metro Detroit for over 90 years. Get smarter security done right from day one. Call 1-800-STAY-OUT today.
Couple of crashes on the roads northbound 275 after 6 Mile. We have an accident in Waterford on Telegraph at Pontiac Lake Road, a crash there as well. The Jeffries westbound between 94 and Livernois, construction taking up the right lane till 6 o'clock this evening. Now, WJR weather first from the Weather Channel. Sunny with a few afternoon clouds. Stray shower possible today, a high of 95. The heat index is going to make it feel like 105. Right now, it's 81. Partly cloudy tonight with a low of 78. Partly cloudy in the morning. Showers moving in the afternoon tomorrow with a high of 94. I'm Renee Vitale, WJR Traffic and Weather First.
Join Ann Thomas as she talks to the movers and shakers making the biggest difference in the D. It's Opportunity Detroit, presented by Rocket Mortgage. Own the dream. Every Sunday at 1 p.m. on 760 WJR. Spin on Golf with PGA professionals Brian Cairns, Jordan Young, and WJR Steve Courtney, 6 p.m. Sundays live from St. John's Resort. Escape to the greens with a Cardinal Stay and Play golf package. The show is sponsored by Rocket and the Rocket Classic, coming July 30th through August 2nd.
Hi, it's Paul W. here from Metro Cars. When planning a wedding, every detail matters, including transportation. Metro Cars provides premium wedding transportation throughout Southeast Michigan, offering luxury black car service for the bride and groom, as well as group transportation options for wedding parties, family members, and guests. With a fleet that includes luxury sedans, SUVs, executive vans, minibuses, and motor coaches, Metro Cars can accommodate transportation needs for intimate ceremonies and large-scale celebrations alike. For more than 35 years, Metro Cars has been trusted for professionalism, reliability, and exceptional service. To learn more about wedding transportation packages, visit metrocars.com or call 800-456-1701. That's metrocars.com or 800-456-1701. Metro Cars, elevating your wedding day from the first pickup to the final farewell.
And the match is about to begin.
Most of the team is out with COVID-19, so there'll be some substitutes tonight.
What's this? We have an unexpected guest on the field.
It's a dog, but they could do with extra players.
She's going for the ball.
Are front paws hands or feet?
Soccer season is full of surprises, and COVID-19 could be one of them. If you test positive, prescription medications may help. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Learn more at Pfizerforall.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
EasyCater, the workplace food platform, makes it easy to order food for all your workplace needs.
From favorite restaurants, don't forget that.
Who are you?
Tina. I'm Tina. I use EasyCater at my job.
Well, I am the voice of EasyCater. Don't you have work to do?
Not as much now that EasyCater saves me all that time ordering food for the office, with great options for any group size or budget, all on one platform. Just trying to spread the word.
Fine, let's do the last bit together. EasyCater, it's all the food for your workplace.
All in one place. Start an order at EasyCater.com.
Oh, you're not terrible.
America 250, Michigan made.
She grew up in a Detroit church where Sunday morning sounded like a thunderstorm of soul and spirit.
You're the key to my peace of mind. 'Cause you make me feel.
From the pulpit to the piano, her voice carried a country's hopes and heart.
Like a natural woman.
And when America needed a soundtrack for change, she gave it one.
You make me feel. You make me feel like a man.
She turned gospel fire into soul anthems, blending church, blues, and pop into something unmistakably American. Her songs fill radios, records, and living rooms, reminding people what freedom and possibility were supposed to feel like. She would become the first woman ever inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, a voice of a generation, a daughter of Detroit, the Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin.
America 250, Michigan made. From 760 WJR. Stay here for All Talk with Kevin Dietz at 9. Now back to JR Morning with Chris Renwick, Lloyd Jackson, and Jamie Edmonds on WJR, where Michigan comes to talk.
All right, so I think I've said this before. I tend to be a little forthright with the kids. Jake's 8 now. Henry's 4.5. I try my best not to sugarcoat things. Why? Because the world can be a tough place, and if I shield you or sugarcoat things, it doesn't help you in the long run. You don't learn to cope with things, or you don't learn to adapt to your scenario or your situation or whatever. And I think it gets, I get in my head sometimes about it because I don't know if it's always the right thing given their ages. But we've had some pretty frank conversations. Like, I'll give you an example, a couple, before I tell you my latest story. So, like, for example, one day, Jake had to go to the doctor and he needed to get shots. And he's like, well, why do we get shots? And I'm like, well, he protect you and make sure you don't get sick. Why? Well, because that's what we have. It's available to us. And so in order for you not to get really sick with something serious, then you got to get the shots. Okay. Why? And I'm like, because medicine has advanced. And so we have these things now so you don't get sick. And he's like, why? I'm like, because for a long time, people have gotten sick and then they found a way to stop getting sick. Well, why? Because, and we ended up, I ended up down the rabbit hole of like, well, in Asia or in Africa, they may not have this. And so you have to take advantage. And they were like befuddled by it. And I'm like, what am I doing? Why am I possibly doing this? Another example was Jake, I pick him up from school one day and he goes, Dad, the girls, I didn't have a very good day. And I go, why? He goes, well, the girls were picking on me. And I go, oh, they were picking on you. What were they saying? He's like, they kept coming up behind me and poking my shoulder or rubbing my hair, and then they would run away from me laughing. And I go, oh.
They're doing a little slap and tickle.
I was like, yeah, I don't think they were
flirting.
I don't think they were picking on you, my man.
Yeah.
And he's like, I think they were. And I'm like, I understand that's confusing to you. And there are going to be other instances where it's going to be confusing for you.
And as you get older, it only gets worse.
But I think you're okay.
Aww.
I didn't go down that rabbit hole.
Right.
But I did hold off
Thank
on that.
goodness.
So when Jake was 1, my mom bought a fish for her house.
Okay.
For Jake. And she said, what do you want to name the fish? It was a goldfish. It was like one of those little Meyer 10-cent goldfish, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he said, Fishy Elmo. Henceforth, you shall be known as Fishy Elmo.
It's catchy.
So Fishy Elmo died last week.
Oh.
Or this week, earlier this week. Died. And Fishy Elmo was 7 years old.
Wow.
It was like a full-blown carp. I'm like, should we fillet this? Like, little caper and lime? I don't know. It could be good. No. So it was a big fish. It grew.
Wow.
It was
impressive.
unbelievable. It was actually a beautiful fish. So Fishy Elmo dies. So my mom texts me and says, it was just 2 emojis. It was a fish and then a sad face.
Aww.
And I said, uh-oh, Fishy Elmo died. So she goes, what are you going to do? And I go, I'm going to tell him Fishy Elmo died.
Yeah.
So I say to the kids, I'm like, hey, when you go to grandma's tomorrow, Fishy Elmo won't be there. And they're like, why? And I'm like, because Fishy Elmo died. And they're like, died? I'm like, yeah. Like, nothing lives forever.
Right.
Certainly goldfish.
Right.
And they were like, really? I'm like, yeah, no. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, processing, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, then the other night, we're putting the kids to bed. Henry says to my wife, can I see your heart? She's like, no, it's got to stay in there. He's like, what happens if it comes out? She's like, well, you die. It's got to stay in your body to help your body. And he's like, what? And all of a sudden, he's like, well, it like clicked in that moment and had a complete panic attack.
Oh, no.
Right. All of a sudden, he's coming to grips with reality.
Sure.
And he's facing his mortality for some reason.
This is the 8-year-old?
This is the 4-year-old.
Oh, the 4-year-old.
The 4-year-old.
Oh, my gosh.
And I was talking to my wife. I'm like, should we be doing like, is that a little heavy? And I got to the point where I'm like, no, because this is the reality. And the sooner you learn that, again, the sooner you can comprehend it,
yeah,
the sooner you can get to the place of understanding and coping and in working through those feelings and pushing through the other side. Should I have done that?
I think
Are they too young?
Absolutely. No, absolutely not. Now, I don't have children, but I do appreciate that my parents were brutally honest with us to an extent, like you are with them. Yeah. And it wasn't scare tactics. It's just like, no, your heart can't come out of your chest.
Right.
Because.
Right.
Yeah, no, I don't believe in that. I mean, of course, you present it in a way, but no, what why? You're not doing them any favors. And then down the road, you're not doing yourself any favors when you got to go, yeah, see, and re-explain it.
800-859-0957, 800-859-0WJR. I remember, I don't remember what comedian it was, but they had a joke like their dog died.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, it was a moment that I had to explain to them what death was. And he's like, and then, grandma's old. And then, you know what happened to the dog? Now grandma. Like, that's how it was, that's how you have to.
Yeah, I mean, you could
position
say, goldfishy Elmo is swimming in the big ocean in heaven.
Sure.
Well,
yes.
and it's an easier thing.
Whoops. A lot of people, no matter what age you are, still don't know how to handle death. So the earlier you can explain it to a kid, it should be the better.
Right. And Fishy Elmo passing, well, that's sad. They can deal with that a little bit.
It's not that sad. It's a fish.
Moment of silence for Fishy Elmo, please. Moment of silence for Fishy Elmo.
When you're 8 and 4, it's probably pretty sad.
Yeah.
Most kids, if you don't have a pet around, something like that, your first experience with death is a grandma, grandpa, or a loved one dying.
And that's heavy.
That's traumatic.
Yeah.
So now if you could get it in your head, everything's sort of transitory.
Right, it happens.
It's still sad, but you've got like a foundation to build on.
Yeah. So what have we learned here? Everybody should have a pet for their kids.
Another rabbit hole that I shouldn't have gone down is Henry asked me one time, what happens when the sun goes out?
Oh, when the sun.
I'm like, well, you're not going to like this, but everything gets very cold. And
you ready for this one, kid?
And we all die. He's like, what? Yeah.
I think this kid should be on here interviewing our guests. He has some great questions.
I'm thinking Child Protective Services heading to the Renwick house later on.
I know. I'm sure Dr. Steve, it'll be a topic one day.
Oh, what is he doing
Do we
back
want
here?
him back
You
on
want to
Monday
speak with
instead of
Chris?
Thursday next week?
Yeah, exactly. Coming up on the other side, Jamie joins the show. We'll talk to her next on JR Morning.
I'm David Ortiz. When I lost my mom, she was only 46, and I lost my dad to cancer. It was the worst pain I ever felt. It made me think, what will happen with the people I love when my time is up? That's why I have life insurance. Ethos makes it easy. It's all online, take about 10 minutes, and you can get up to $3 million in coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid testimonial. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
Do you have an IRA or 401k? You want to think of this as being your money. But remember, you still have to pay taxes when you withdraw this money in retirement. And these taxes, well, they could be a lot higher than you know. Learn how you could reduce or potentially eliminate these taxes with a free retirement tax savings analysis. It's from the Brzezinski Group, a second-generation financial advisory firm right here in Metro Detroit. If you've saved at least $250,000, schedule your free analysis now by calling 800-641-3361. This free analysis could save you tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars in taxes in retirement. Call 800-641-3361. That's 800-641-3361. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC. Firm does not provide legal or tax advice.
Summer is just around the corner, and it's time to make sure your air conditioner is ready to keep your home cool. Crystal here from Family Heating, Cooling, and Electrical, reminding you to schedule your summer service today. Our expert technicians will clean and check your air conditioning and make sure everything is running properly so you can head into the warm weather worry-free. Don't wait for the heat to hit. For a worry-free home, visit familyheating.com to find the location near you and call to schedule your summer service today.
Need to sell your house fast? Whether you're facing foreclosure, stuck with bad tenants, or just ready for a fresh start, House Buyer Network can help. We buy homes as is for cash. No fees, no commissions, no repairs. Get a fair cash offer in just 24 hours and close in as little as 7 days. Call 833-719-5877 now for your free no-obligation offer. That's 833-719-5877. House Buyer Network. Fast cash, no hassle.
Offers are typically below market value in exchange for speed and convenience. Call for details.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
We want everyone to enjoy their 4th of July weekend, so please use a rideshare or a designated driver. A DUI will change your life. Don't drink and drive. From your friends at News Talk 760 WJR and Michigan Auto Law, auto accident attorneys.
Your morning is busy, so we'll keep it brief. Upgrade your routine with WJR's 5 Things First Thing. JR Morning with Chris, Lloyd, and Jamie break down the top 5 stories in just 5 minutes. Delivered straight to your device. Start your day by hitting play. Subscribe today on the always free WJR app.
WJR Traffic and Weather First.
This report is sponsored by MGM Grand Detroit. It's Girls' Night. Out back with thunder from down under. Australia's hottest export hits the stage Friday, July 10th at MGM Grand Detroit. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. That's Ticketmaster.com. Must be 18 years or older.
Northbound 275 after 6 miles. Still have that accident. Telegraph at Pontiac Lake Road in Waterford. A crash there as well. The Jeffries westbound between 94 and Livernois. Right lane is closed until 6 o'clock this evening. Now, WJR Weather First from the Weather Channel. Here's your forecast.
Extreme heat will continue with an extreme heat warning. Now, this morning we're clear. We'll see some clouds build as we get into the afternoon. A very warm, muggy morning. Similar to yesterday in terms of the afternoon hours, upper 90s. Yesterday we hit 97, one shy of a record. Today about 97. Today's record 99. It'll feel over 99 with the heat index close to 105. Maybe a shower or storm around. Tonight, a few showers, thunder showers possible, upper 70s. Tomorrow, a few showers, maybe a thunderstorm, especially in the afternoon and evening hours. Still dangerously hot and humid. Again in the upper 90s. Again, the heat index close to 105. Now on the 4th, a chance of showers and thunderstorms. It's actually going up a little bit, partly sunny, otherwise high near 90. For the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic on 760 WJR, where Michigan comes to talk.
Call us or text us. The number's the same. 1-800-859-0957. 1-800-859-WJR. Powered by Michigan Auto Law, auto accident attorneys. Visit autolaw.com. That's autolaw.com.
All right, one more treatment to go for our pal, Jamie Edmonds, who joins us this morning. First of all, how are we feeling? I'm excited. I know you're excited, but I'm very excited for you. What's going on?
I'm very excited, Chris. Thanks for knowing exactly my schedule. I appreciate it. My third of this stronger drug has really wiped me out this week. I'm like sleeping a lot, but that's okay. It's manageable. And just knowing that there's only one more to go, I feel I can't stop smiling.
Well, I know we've been talking about this. It's like, it's hard to know what somebody's going through, right? You talk and you ask those questions and things like that. I didn't realize that there could be so many different variations on how people deal with these drugs, which I guess makes sense. I never really thought about it, but like, some people could just be really tired. Some people could feel really nauseous. That the range is pretty wide, but it seems like for you maintain that you get tired initially and then you kind of bounce back afterwards.
Yeah, that has been the trend for me on this adriamycin drug. And for others, it's why there's no like set thing that you can say, okay, this is going to happen to you. And that's kind of what you're looking for when you're first diagnosed. Like, what's going to happen? They have to tell you all of the possibilities,
right?
Which is really scary. And then you just got to see how you react. But I'm still trying to like eat right, work out, walk when I can. And I think that's helping.
All right. Well, you don't have to gloat about it. I mean, we all are very, no, it's very impressive what you're doing. It is. When they go through what the potential side effects are, do they ramble them off as fast as they do on TV on the side effects? Or are they a little more diligent?
I mean, it felt like a lot, that first appointment with all of the things. I was just looking at my doctor going, this sounds like HE double hockey sticks. Like, this sounds terrible. Like, oh my gosh. And it was very scary at that time.
Sure. Yeah. Meanwhile, the new episode of the podcast is coming out today, right?
It's coming out today. Yes, I'm sure. Justin Valentine, who's been amazing for me working on these pods with me, I'm sure he's working on it right now. And you're on it, Chris.
Oh, is this ours today?
This is yours. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Very good. So Lloyd and I joined you and we just got, first of all, it was nice to, share microphones again. And then just kind of talk about, what's been going on and, how we've been going through everything while you've been getting better and getting treatment, and just the coworker perspective of things, right? Because
exactly.
your life gets put on hold for a minute while you focus on you and your family. But then like your support cast widens, which is cool.
Yeah, and that's kind of why I said, "Hey, do you guys want to come on the pod?" I called it Coworker Connection for this podcast because, we're still coworkers. I'm still popping on here or there. You guys are still like supporting me in many ways, and so I thought it would be a good idea. And I thought we had a nice little conversation. Really relaxed. There were laughs.
And I apparently rubbed off on you a little bit because I made an incredibly embarrassing admission towards the end of that podcast of things that I've been watching lately. And it's been all nerdy founding father stuff. And now you're on board.
Well, I was on Netflix looking for some entertainment. And I'm like, you know what? I do want to brush up on my American history. And I saw all of the presidents that you said you were watching.
Yeah.
They have a bunch of
It's a
them that
lot.
you can see. Yeah. I ended up watching the one that was called The American Experiment on Netflix. And I thought it was pretty good.
It's on my list. How is it?
It's good. It just talks about how different people's paths to this democracy, like how we got here. And it's really interesting. It starts with George Washington, of course, but him as like a young man when he went to sort of into the wilderness. And it's just really cool.
We've been leading up to this weekend, obviously. We've been talking about the founding fathers. We omitted Hamilton because I think Hamilton's more in the mainstream now, thanks to the musical. But we've talked about everybody, and one of the interviews that I did this morning was about John Jay. And John Jay, people like don't even know who John Jay is. Brian was like, I had to Google who John Jay was. Like, I did not know. But
Excuse me, I'm Googling. Hold on.
He reached out to this expert at Samford University on John Jay. And he's like, hey, I know it's a little early, Eastern Standard, blah, blah, blah. And the guy's like, I will get up in the middle of the night to talk about John Jay. Like, it's very cool how like these people that had this, uncertain what the future would look like, but they had this calling to help in some way. And yeah, I don't know. It's very fascinating to me.
I find it all really fascinating. And the American Experiment one starts with George Washington as a younger man. And it's one of the people that like, they sit down and interviews like, we may not have liked George Washington in his early days. And so that grips you. You're like, what?
Yeah.
And then they explain. So it's cool.
Yeah, no doubt. What else is going on?
Watch that World Cup game yesterday.
I know. Awesome, right?
That red card, are you kidding me?
Yeah, I didn't.
Of course, it's the best player we have.
I know.
And now he's out for the next one against Belgium. I'm worried.
Are you worried? I'm not worried.
Yeah.
I'm not worried. I am so I don't even know how many glasses of Kool-Aid I've drank. I said it earlier. I might be blinded by the fact that like I'm so unbelievably excited about all the periphery, like all the fans, all the excitement, all the celebrating that's being done together. Like to me, the whole experience, I'm like, I don't know, the U.S. is going to win the World Cup. It's going to be unbelievable. I'm like off the deep end now. I don't know. I'm not too worried about Belgium. The next game could be the problem.
Well, I'm only worried because our best player, Balogun, is out.
Yeah.
And I don't like that. But other than that, I have enjoyed watching, obviously, but just like the celebrations and the camaraderie and people coming together and singing whatever song from West Virginia. I'm blanking. You know that one.
Yeah,
that
what's
everyone's
it
singing.
called again? Country Road.
Yeah.
Country Road.
I love watching all of that. I think that's fun.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, I just felt like the electricity was coming into my living room from that stadium. Like it was just it was buzzing, which was very cool. Let me play this. You saw those people climb to the top of the Empire State Building?
Yes.
Okay. Here was the air traffic control dispatch call of this. We haven't played it yet this morning. Here it is.
Yeah, what's all the hoopla going on over there?
Two geniuses climbed to the top of the Empire State Building, the top of the spire.
Oh, that's awesome. It's not some worker changing a light, is it?
Nah, it's a male, female, dressed in black. They had some flag they were waving when they were up at the top. And he just proposed to her.
Is that not the most New York dispatch call you've ever heard?
Yes. What's all the hoopla
What's all
about?
the hoopla about? Jamie, have a great weekend. Can't wait for your last
Chris, you
treatment.
too.
We'll talk again very soon. That's going to do
Happy
it for us.
birthday, America.
Happy birthday, America. Kevin Deeds is next.